9-11-40.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown.
Yeah. Can you feel it?
The what?
I'm asking you. Do me a favor. Can you feel it?
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Let you know.
We'll wait till after the show.
Oh, we're back.
All right.
Screen of doom.
All right. No screen. No username. Right, Chris? Walk me through this again. Our computers are reset. This is a big deal last time, and I know you
like
probably
a dot and a slash and a something.
Right, like a parenthesis.
Yeah.
Or
there is a username. There's not a password.
All right. What's the username?
Oh, you can't let everybody know.
Well, you can tell me my ear.
Wait, the Post-it's not there anymore?
I'll post it because, of course, that got taken down. It's for aesthetics.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is it?
It was. You know what? Jason, you got to accentuate the positive.
Yeah.
Eliminate the negative. It's Kings preseason.
Just
day.
don't Belvedere yourself.
Yeah. Don't Belvedere yourself.
Hey, there's Chris, everybody.
Hey, everybody's Chris. Chris is looking for the Post-it, and he found it.
All right.
And
Let's see.
All right. Let's see. So it's dot.
Are you going to do it on the first try?
No chance.
Oh,
let's
Chris
see.
is with
he
confidence.
Says, you got. Username. Password
Invalid.
is incorrect. All right, let's try this again. A dot / right? I mean, I'm not doing anything wrong there, right? That's what you'd do. He's going to go back and redo it. And because there were spacies. Nope. No, there were not. He took away the spacies. Everybody follow along.
Yeah.
Can Chris get into
third try?
Third try. Dot / and then the did I do the backslash? Oh, he's doing it there.
I knew it was the slash.
There we go. All right, look at that. Yeah.
Oh, look what it came up with.
Came up with it's still doing the circle.
It's thinking.
Circle.
But there's progress over there.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
everything's up.
There's that
meow
thing, whatever it is.
Thingy dingy, the screen saver background.
Cutting napkin. What is that thing?
I don't know. I got a programming note for you on Monday. I forgot to put it on the group text. So next Monday,
in 5 days?
Yeah. At 8:30 in the morning. Our old friend Kirk Reinhardt.
Yeah.
You know about this?
I think I
love him to death.
Going to talk to you about it.
He's been our work for the Kings, and then
Chris will like this.
Went and worked for. I already told him. I talked to him because I knew he'd be so excited. Worked for PBR, and that was our. We need a new PBR person because now he's moved on to AEW, which is like wrestling, right? So 8:30 we're having because they have a show coming up, and. By the way, I told him, I said, hey, can we get Chris in to the thingy, to the show? And he goes, tell him to ask the guest.
What? I'm going to be a weirdo. He's not going to want me there.
Sure, you're fine. So on Monday at 8:30 in studio.
In studio?
In studio.
Man,
so
I got to do my hair.
They're probably going to, you're going to get body slammed and stuff. Off the top rope.
I'm not falling for that one.
Falling for the wrestler in the tailpipe.
I've seen a wrestler in here before, and it didn't go well for someone.
Oh, was that? I think I know the show, too.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. That didn't go well, did it?
No.
Just a lesson. Don't say that a wrestling move won't hurt to me because I will find a wrestler to put that move on you.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, I would never say it. Yeah. Somebody said, don't.
I'll say
yeah.
It. Can I say or no?
You can.
When it happened right here, Chris, right?
Yeah.
Right over here. Yeah, Damien had said that.
He said a move wouldn't hurt.
Damien said that I've had a figure 4 put on me and it doesn't hurt.
And so then a rather large man came in that was a wrestler and did the figure 4, and
Bad decision.
It looked like, bad decision.
I think I will lead the interview off with every wrestling move would hurt, just to be clear.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear.
But if not, try it on those guys.
Yeah, right? So it's interesting because it's in studio and because, we want to honor Kirk and the promotion. Obviously, Chris is going to be incredibly involved in the interview.
Chris should just do it.
Well, no, that's why I'm bringing it up, because I feel like if Chris did it, wouldn't it look like we're like, wrestling? And then, I feel it's rude. Like, if it was a call-in, I'd be all for it. But I'm just throwing that out there. Push back on me here.
No, this is the time that the wrestler won't know.
Should we say who it is?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Chris Jericho.
No, I was just messing with you. It's Mike Cage.
Mike Cage.
Who's coming in.
It's not Mike Cage.
Yeah, it's Mike Cage. I'm sorry.
There isn't even a Mike Cage. There's a Brian Cage.
Oh, Brian Cage.
If you said Brian Cage, I might have believed you.
You
told him Chris Jericho.
I did all day. Here's how bad it was. Sorry, Chris.
Come on.
I even misspelled Jericho on purpose to make it look like I didn't know what I was talking about.
And
I did Jerricko. I was like, do you know who Chris Jericho is?
Yeah. That's why you typed it.
I kind of feel bad because he fixed the computer today.
Yeah. Well, you got him to do that first.
I did. Well, no, that's why I was leading off with this. I just have been feeling guilty. Yeah. Do you know who Brian Cage is?
Max Cage.
That's the video game.
Michael
Cage.
I told Kurt,
actually, if you would have told me Nicky Gage, I would be very excited.
I told Kurt too. I was like, I told him what I was doing to Chris, and he goes, "Oh, Jericho's my guy." I was like, oh, okay.
He should come on.
Ask him for tickets.
I mean, I know who Chris Jericho is.
Yeah,
of course. You saw MacGruber.
Yeah. That's why I watched it.
Is he the one is he the one where the people wear the shirts that say like Jericho 316?
No. That was never a shirt ever.
Who's the one where it says the name and it's like
Austin 316?
Yeah,
John.
Okay. John. No, John's the one I know. That's the actual one. But I thought a wrestler had co-opted that.
Brian Cage.
So do you know Brian Cage? I mean, not like personally, but do you know him as a wrestler?
I don't know what's going on right now.
I was messing with you yesterday.
That's the real person.
Chris Jericho.
So there's nobody coming in on Monday?
Yeah,
no,
Brian Cage is coming in. Look, honest to God.
I'm going to read my text as well. I'm going to.
Here, look, there's this. See,
I can't see that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
He's from Chico. He's from Chico.
Is he?
He is from Chico.
Oh.
I saw him at Hood Slam all the time.
See, there you go.
What?
Hood Slam.
Hood Slam?
Hood
Slam.
Yeah, like neighborhood.
Oh, hood, like in the hoods.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, I got yeah.
No, but maybe this is the day. It's back to this. Is you could role reverse, like you board up, and they'll never know.
I actually don't know anything to ask him.
Well, you could have general wrestling questions.
Hey, what's it feel like to take a body slam?
When people. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's see if we can pull this off. All right, hold on. Here, let's go around the room and everybody. Well, Chris would know, but like when it's a topic I know nothing. Like I'm gonna look at the guy's Wikipedia page and find something like, hey, it says you raise alpacas or whatever. I don't know, but like,
what's that like?
So, first generic wrestling question: does it bother you when like you read stuff and they're like, oh, wrestlers aren't real athletes? Like, talk about like how crazy athletic just straight up has to be. Like that would be okay. So that's my first,
and then maybe I'd get into off of that answer depending. Well, to support your, I mean, because we kind of do this one with our riders. Like, what's the freakiest injury, the worst injury? What's kept you out of wrestling because of some super athletic feat?
Yes.
And then I will ask Brian Cage, you're so huge. What is stopping you from both eating Dave and Jason right now?
Oh, I like that question.
And then we say,
I feel like you and I.
How about some of this?
Bam! I feel like you and I could ask general wrestling questions, and then Chris could be like, hey, man, when you fought Shakur Zalulu in the Battle for the Cash Briefcase 3. Wow. So, okay, so next one here would be, hey.
What would our wrestling names be? We could ask him.
Carmichael Dave. That's intimidating.
Yeah.
No? Carmichael Cave. Boom. with the and my finishing move would be the spelunker. Wah! Oh, it's a cave thing.
Brian is a hot dog, a sandwich.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, can I just say spelunking is one of those
It's
words?
cereal a soup.
It sounds like it should be in the Urban Dictionary.
Mhm.
Like it's a move.
It's not.
It's a. So look, we all know, these things are a little bit set up beforehand. I don't know if I want to say fake. I feel like that's offensive, but like, do you guys like rehearse? I mean, honestly, I'm actually curious. I'm sure they do, but like, is there some like rehearsal ring where you and your opponent go to and just kind of run, do a dry
Where
run?
would they put that?
The ring?
Yeah.
Like backstage. I don't know. The conference room?
Conference
like a little mini,
Yeah.
like a little mini ring. It doesn't have to be a full ring.
You could say like, hey, Brian, I got kind of famous on a ladder. You ever jump off a ladder?
You ever jump off a ladder?
If I say ladder, what does that mean to you?
What does that mean to you, pal?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, it means, like the thing that comes after. So you have like, what happens prior and then, the ladder. No, LEADDER. What if he's like a super English major? That'd be hilarious. It's like, well, let me tell you, David.
So that's Monday.
That's Monday at 8:30.
Okay. We got some time to prepare.
Brian Cage.
Get Chris ready. What if Chris came in a full like wrestling
Lucha Libre?
Yeah. He's got that mask.
I mean,
I do
honestly, that would be.
I have one.
I have a Hello Kitty one I gave to my daughter. That'd be.
What if we wore our Lucha Libre mask?
Just did the show in our Lucha Libre masks? Yeah. 40 years old from Chico. Also known as Cage, Jonathan Cage. Hey, Johnny Cage. That's Mortal Kombat. Chris Logan, Nightclaw, and Mortis 2.
Can we rattle your cage?
Is there a Mortis 1? He's billed from Chico, Chino, the 559, and Sacramento.
Oh, he's one of us. He's
You
one of
should
us.
ask who better than Brian Cage.
Is that his thing? Who better?
Who's got it
Better than us. His wife worked for Lucha Underground as a ring announcer, so there's that. That's
Melissa Santos.
Yeah. See?
Are you related to Nicolas Cage? And if so, has your face ever been off?
That ever off.
Yeah.
Would that be what a great finishing move?
I do appreciate these questions that you're thinking of because once you meet him, there's no way that you will ever say anything like that.
Because of size?
He is a freaking monster.
Well, I can tell you right. I don't want to piss a guy off.
Like, give us some pre-sight dimensions, Chris. What do you think we're looking at?
I think he's just under 6 feet, well over 300 pounds.
What? Just under 6 feet. Oh, pipsqueak.
He's a little guy.
Oh, please tell that to him.
Oh, I'll say you said
Actually,
it.
you know what? I'll just take a video of you saying that right now and show it to him.
I just,
No.
300 pounds.
Let's go.
That's like his finishing move is the steamroller.
Mhm.
I used to do that to my sister all the time. That was like my big thing. We'd be, I'd trick her by, we'd both burrito. This is like when we're like, what? It would be like, I was 10 and she was 6 or 7. And we'd burrito up and it was like, this is what you do when you have video games.
Yeah.
You roll yourself in a blanket. So you're like a caterpillar.
Yeah.
And then she'd always fall for it though. And then as soon as I'd be next to her, I'd be like, steamroller, that's the song. And then would just, and right when you get, right.
She didn't know the song and move was coming?
I think she just wanted to play with her older brother.
Yeah.
So she just went with
The
it.
price was the steamroller.
And I was such a D-bag because
Really?
you roll over and then right when I get at the peak of weight on her, then I'd slow down a little bit just for extra effect and then roll off. And her move was she's laughing and we're having fun and all that. And then boom, as soon as our dad would get home at like 5, this could happen at like 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Dad gets home at 5. She just starts crying. David steamrolled me. And it's like, bro, that happened 5 hours ago and you were laughing. And I'd always get in trouble. It did not matter if I was right or wrong. It was my fault because I was the older brother. God, I hated her. Oh, it just pisses me off all over again. All right, on that note.
Hey, you know what, really fast before we break?
No, please.
Ran into someone, a listener of the show. Yesterday I was walking with Jackson and I was at a street light right there. And the guy, hey, are you Jason? Yeah. Hey, I'm Nick, blah, blah, blah. Listen to the show. Love it. I only get a chance to listen to the first 15 minutes. He goes, but it's my favorite part of the show. I go, well, if that's all you listen to, but he loves it. So Nick, you're welcome. Nick, maybe you have questions for Brian Cage.
Yes, we will take your Brian Cage questions.
So shout out Nick.
This is like his segment.
Now. This is it. He loves it.
That's actually funny that if this is your only, what do they think the show is?
Well, I'm glad he said good things.
Right?
Yeah.
Imagine if you were like a diehard sports fan, though. That's the only thing. Yeah, that's probably not where you're making your stop.
I said, well, Nick, you can listen back later, podcast and all that stuff, or take it into work.
That's too much work.
Yeah.
We have Sac State tickets to give away.
Stingers up.
We've got part 3 of Chris Verlad's spooky story time.
How's it today, Chris? 1 to 10.
I haven't got one yet.
Oh,
I mean 0.
It's a story of wrestlers and radio hosts.
And steamrollers.
Oh, you do not want to talk about wrestlers and radio hosts.
Yeah.
It's spooky.
That did not turn out well for either.
And by the way, if you're like diehard wrestling fans, I'm just saying, we got a break here and you're like, oh, finally wrestling. I can assure you it's going to be our version of a wrestling. We'll promote the event. We'll legitimately, of course we're going to be respectful and nice and kind. I mean, they're coming in and we love Kirk and the whole thing. But like, this is going to be for a wrestling fan, a really basic amateur interview, I think. And for people that are like us that aren't really into it, it's going to be more of a general exploratory, accessible wrestling interview. No inside baseball, no inside wrestling.
Outside.
A lot of baseball going on yesterday. It's so fun to talk about. It's like a different sport. We need to come up with a different name because it's not baseball. It's like baseball on steroids.
I wanted to be there.
Huh?
I would like to have been there.
Absolutely.
Just mayhem in San Diego. And in New York.
Oh, and there's basketball tonight, Jason, involving your Sacramento Kings. 7:30. So we're going to talk about things and do the thing and do whatever and break it down. It's Dave, it's Jason, it's Chris, and we will be right back. Right after this.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
This is the year we go all the way. 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 All the way.
Yeah. All the way. Let's go all the way. Wait. Meet me. Wait. Meet you all the way. Yeah. But isn't there a Let's Go All the Way?
Yes, in a different.
Yeah, it's a different song, and I'm screwed up on it now.
Let's go all the way.
Nope, that's Rosanna.
No. Well, in my mind, I was singing it differently.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go all.
Oh yeah, let's go all the way.
Yes, we're close to the.
Son of a, what is that? Wait, is this it? Hold on. Hey, Kings are playing that.
Yes. Wait, I'm going to get who it is.
You are not. You are 100% not getting this, dude.
Is it one name?
It's 2. I'll even give you what I think is a great hint.
Okay. It's not a person's name. It's a band's name.
It's a band's name. And the band's name actually ties in, strangely, to leading off first topic, the Sacramento Kings.
I know this isn't right, but just because in King Harvest, that's a totally different.
Specifically, one of their players.
Sly Fox.
Oh my
Fox
God!
Fox.
Get on.
Is it Sly Fox?
This is the year we go all the way. All the way.
Oh, I've never even heard of it.
Hey, you're playing something out of your computer.
Wow.
Come on.
I mean,
Where's Brian Cage?
That's how we're starting the show. That is.
You know what? We're going all the way.
Sly Fox.
Next time you throw something, don't hit the mouse and start playing stuff out of your computer.
Wait, what happened?
What was he playing? The next leading off?
Did I play something
Yeah.
bad?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sly Fox.
Sly Fox.
Come on.
No,
Is
I'm
that
just
pretty
saying. You need to go wash your hand because it was halfway up your rear end because that's where you pulled that out of. All right, Kings play tonight.
I hope you were still listening, Nick.
Yeah, dude, that is insane. Good for you, Jason. I'm proud. I'm proud of you. That's such a good feeling when you're able to just pull out the thing out of nowhere. And Sly, I consider myself a music guy, but
I felt like I was singing it in the right tune, but then I heard when you did it too. It is Roseanne, or Roseanne.
It is kind of a little bit.
I was trying.
I mean, I know Brittany Fox, the band, Samantha Fox, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
Well, there's another Fox, but he's still rubbing his chin.
Oh, yeah.
Doug Christie's fist.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Kings start preseason tonight. Yeah. Another adventure. Another year 40 begins, Jason.
Yes.
Year 40. The Kings are officially middle-aged.
Yep.
Yep.
And let us be the first to say, must win tonight.
Honestly,
you set the tone with preseason game number 1.
You really do. You've got to take it seriously. And right here from listener GP Getty, read that. Exactly what he said to me this morning.
If the Kings lose,
I'm done with them.
Done with them.
I understand him. Got to win tonight.
Yeah.
It's a rematch of the play-in. The last time the Warriors were here, their dynasty was ended in front of 18,000 plus. Oh,
what if they're good again? And like we didn't end the dynasty, or we're saying we ended the dynasty.
We paused it.
Clay's gone. We chased Clay away.
It's the debut of Buddy the Warrior.
What?
He's
making 9 threes, isn't he?
He's gonna make
preseason, so I'll play.
Yeah, he'll play. He'll make 8 threes, but he'll also have like 5 turnovers that are just randomly off his face. But I mean, I'm not against Buddy.
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, he did say the Sacramento can blankety my blank, so there's that.
There's too many blanks to fill in.
Oh, Sly Fox. All right, okay. Let's go to cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Here's the 0-2. And Tatis sends it in the air. Deep to left field. Hernandez is back. Looking up. Gonna go. 2-run homer, Fernando Tatis Jr. And it is a 6-run second inning.
Gotta go!
If only someone had picked Tatis in streaking.
Oh, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Senior was a hack.
Last night's Padres-Dodgers game was about as perfect a playoff game as you could have. You had the Dodgers jump out to a 1-0 lead. Padres put up 6, including a home run, and the place goes nuts from their big guy. Dodgers immediately come back with a granny. So this is why to me it's so perfect, because you see all facets of playoff baseball. It's going to be a wild game. We're only the 3rd, 4th inning. It's 6-5. I mean, this is going to be like one of them 14. Nope. And then everybody's sphincters tightened, and that's all. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Everything tight, and every single pitch, every single at bat is nail biting. Like my daughter, who asked such questions last night, this just to give you an idea of her baseball, how much she loves baseball. She had such questions like, is this the World Series? Are they in LA? No. Are they in San Diego? And to which her brother and I both go, no, just because what a stupid question. Of course they're in, what are they, in a neutral site? Idiot.
Chris Jericho.
Right? And thank you. Imagine falling for that.
Yeah.
But even she was like by the time the 7th was around, she's like, this is stressful. Is this more stressful than a regular game? Because this is stressful. If they're all stressful like that, they probably all have heart problems. Like that was a real comment from my daughter. Yeah. So you're into it. It's accessible. It's fun. It's playoff baseball. It's awesome.
Yeah. I think John Smoltz even said it during, like, I don't even remember what inning it was now, but like a Dodger had 2 strikes and the whole place is up just going nuts. He's like, can you imagine this like on a Wednesday and it's 2 strikes in the 7th? Like people are just eating nachos, not even paying attention.
No, they're not.
But their whole place is up, like just going bananas.
They're different sports.
Yep.
I mean, they're just different animals, and I'm here for it. I'm here for our Padres. Let's go.
One away.
Beat LA. God, please.
That's a good chant.
Isn't beat LA the best sports chant?
It's easy, but it works, right?
Could beat LA. I mean, the other one would be what? Like, let's go, whomever.
Yeah, and it's weird when you
literally let's go, whomever.
Yeah, because it's everywhere.
But yeah, I think beat LA is the best. In fact, is there even a second contender when it comes to a specific team or city? The beat LA, which is incredibly basic, by the way. Beat LA.
But everybody can do it. It's
right.
I would like to nominate Yankee Suck.
Ooh. I mean, where's Nick Cage or whatever when you need him? Oh, by the way,
there's Nick Cage.
When Mike Cage comes in, Brian Cage comes in. We can
offer. There is no way you're going to remember his name.
I'm 100% going to get it. I'm going to have a big ass post-it right here that says Brian. Ask him if he's related. Are you related to him?
Is this you?
Could we get a pillow with your face on it?
And you got a cut.
Nick's been cut. Whoa, look at that. We got to go. All right, we're having a lot of fun here. All right, number 3. Number 3.
Cut number 3. Line towards center field. Base hit for Iglesias. Bader is in. Nimmo rounding third. The throw from center. Kicks behind home plate. Here comes Alonso. Chugging to the plate. He's out. The Mets add 2 on a 2-run single by Jose Iglesias to make it 6-0 Mets.
Enrique's brother. Wait, Jose. Isn't Jose the singer too?
Julio.
Oh, damn it. Julio Iglesias. Another Iglesias. Part of the Iglesias Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
We need a 4th. Bill.
Reggie
Iglesias. That was great. And the Mets. Yeah. 1 away. Just
on the brink.
I really hope. I want both the Mets and the Padres to win. By the way, we got all 4 series going today. We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Too. This is a
Palooza.
Great sports day.
Yeah.
It really is a great sports day, and that's going to appear in 3 for Madness. But I want them all to clinch at home. Listen, okay. I'm talking Mets and Padres, and then that's your NLCS. The Mets after all this, I got to know. I guarantee you, if it's the Mets and the Padres rather than the Phillies and the Dodgers, I got to know what those odds were at the beginning of the year.
Right,
Mets versus Padres. That's. Somebody out there did it.
It's a lot of travel.
It's a lot. Oh, that is a lot. That is a lot of travel. That's a lot of travel. And then what you got? Cleveland, Kansas City, Midwest. You got New York, and you got Detroit. Thank you. You got 3 Midwest, and God dang, Manfred's a Yankee Mets fan right now, and he's Yankee Met Dodger.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Padres would get some attention, though.
If so?
Yeah.
Here's the thing I think Rob Manfred is a fan of. The Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers worshiping the devil. Somewhere in that order. When we come back, a safe or out time, the Padres, the Mets, and all those games today. We'll be right back after this word from Jason Ross.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Hey, guess what? Saturday night, make your plans, 6 o'clock, Hornet Stadium. Be out there as the Hornets have their home opener for the Big Sky, a conference game at home against Eastern Washington. That's this Saturday, October 12th, 6 o'clock, Hornet Stadium. The Hornets try to get back to the postseason. They've been there 4 years in a row. They've won the Big Sky 3 of the last 4 years, and they'll also be out there celebrating Cancer Awareness and Healthcare Appreciation Night. There will be post-game fireworks, hopefully on-the-field fireworks as well, but just a great time out for everyone out there. So you can get your tickets now. They're on sale at hornetsports.com to check out Sacramento State and Eastern Washington, Saturday at 6, Hornet Stadium. And remember, Stingers up.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Get ready to hit the gas on the best power tool deals of the year at Fasteners Tool Outlet. We're revving up the savings with our full throttle one-day DeWalt sale in Sacramento on October 12th only. We are slashing prices on a huge selection of DeWalt power tools like cordless drills, saws, combo kits, and more at costs you won't believe. Get better tools for better prices only at Fasteners Inc., Sacramento's top destination for DeWalt tools. Again, that's October 12th only on Power & Road. For more info, go to FastenersInc.net.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopy.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Power Days?
The savings just keep getting better and better. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorns. And yes, I said the very nicely equipped, updated 2025 Rams.
Man, that is some of the best savings you've had all year.
Yep, and you won't find better deals on more Ram trucks than at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. There's a reason we continue to be one of the biggest Ram dealers in the country, with numerous customer service awards, including the very prestigious Walter P. Chrysler Award, which means we are in the top 1% of dealers in the nation.
Don't miss the savings at Hoblet. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 12,500 factory rebates and 4,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. 3,000 in Hoblet inventory select coupons and 2,000 in Hoblet trade-in assistance coupons. Must have qualifying trade-in. At least 5 of this net savings. Coupons only while supplies last. See dealer for details.
It's the Big Sky home opener for the Sacramento State Hornets this Saturday. 6 p.m. kickoff versus Eastern Washington. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I wouldn't say it's quintessential. I'd say it's just played everywhere. I said during we were talking about we were talking about Sly Fox, and then you brought up Harvest Moon.
King Harvest,
sorry. And then I said, you know, the band that, like, there's a song that I feel like the band, and I'm aware of who's in the band, but like the band and the song, like, it'd be tough for a lot of people to name, but it's called, what is it? For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield. Mm-hmm. Every single person knows this song. Yeah, there's something happened to stop children. What's that song? Anyways, I was like, you'd make an argument that like Fortunate Son by CCR and that song are like the quintessential 60s songs. And then Chris goes, I wouldn't say they're quintessential. I just say they're played everywhere.
And it's in every Vietnam movie.
It is. And like both those songs, I think it's a law. Yes. Which, but it was during the Vietnam part. Yeah. Like, I think legally, both those songs have to be played in any Vietnam movie.
Yeah.
It's actually in the Constitution. Mm-hmm. Safer out.
And that's what we're fighting for.
Question one, is something happening?
Safer out. The Padres are the wildest team left in the playoffs.
They're wild and wacky.
I think it's safe. I love, about once a year I do a baseball troll. And I hooked more people than I really honestly thought, because every year a few people fall for it. After Tatis's home run, I said I was rooting for the Padres, and then Fernando Tatis watched his home run and then threw his bat and then yelled and waved his arms rounding the bases right in front of my young son. Can't support that type of behavior. And oh boy, did it get a couple of boomers. And, you know, I'm here for all of it, as long as it's not like I'm not a big fan of Machado throwing the ball in the Dodger dugout, but it's like, if you're going to do it, you better back it up.
Right.
I am here for all of it. I do a cartwheel between first. I don't care. Baseball, I used to be that way because that's how I was raised. And there's still some things, I take off my hat for the national anthem. I do old school, whatever. I wouldn't do it. But baseball is so damn boring these days. Bro, do it all. I want to see pitchers when they strike out. I want to see a pitcher come up, and every time he strikes out a batter, I want to see him pump his fist, point at the batter, and then point towards the dugout. After every, why not?
You there.
Right. I mean, if you can flip your bat after a home run, why can't you point the guy in the dugout?
Yeah.
I want to see more of that. And the Padres are just that team. They just bring that swag.
And because the first games were in LA, there were enough Padre fans there. And then last night, just the fan fervor. My goodness, they were going nuts. And I loved it. And if they play well today, I can't imagine what game 4 will be like at Petco. That'll be wild. Yeah, they're the wildest team. It's great.
Wild.
Number 2, please. Safer out. If the Mets win the series, we need to seriously talk about a Subway Series rematch.
I mean, because we said that yesterday. I know it's an obvious question, because they'd be, especially if they, obviously if the Yankees win, they're both in what's effectively the semifinals. But I mean, we're almost there, and I don't think that hasn't been really a consideration all year, but that would be interesting, much like a Bay Bridge series, which, yes, I'm aware as of right now can't happen again, but a Subway Series. It wouldn't be the best outcome for baseball. I know they want to see Yankees or Mets versus Dodgers, but let's not make a mistake about it. There would be people outside of New York that would care about that series.
Sure.
It would be a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know what would be. I mean, I still think if you're going like of the teams remaining, what would be considered the biggest would probably still be the Dodgers and the Yankees.
Yes,
but the Dodgers now on the brink. They could be eliminated as soon as today. Could be. The Yankees. Nobody's really in the American League. Obviously, they're all still 1-1. Game 3s are today. So, but yeah, if the Mets win, they also feel like that team. Like, look, they had to play that last day or that extra day. And then they get through that. They got through the wild card down to the third game.
Team of destiny.
Lose to the Phillies in game 1, come back and just, win the next 2. It's just they're cooking right now.
I would say this. That whilst I am a Giants fan, I've always had I get the Yankees history and have a lot of reverence for that and, the pinstripes. I'm just telling you in advance, apologies in advance. If it's the Yankees and the Mets, I'm all in on the Mets. I'm all in on the Mets because I love the story.
Yeah,
that they're certainly not a small market, low payroll team. Don't get me wrong, but I really do love the story of like they suck, they're buffoons, and then they've somehow turned it around.
You would root for the National League team, I think, Unless it was the Dodgers, right? Yankees, Phillies, or do you care on that one at all?
You know what? Yankees, Phillies, I think I'd root for the Yankees because the Phillies have won it since the Yankees. Like, I'm going through a lot of tiebreakers in my head because I don't have
Yeah, the Yankees really need another World Series.
I get
It's
it.
been 15 years.
15,
Oh, my God.
15 long years.
Well, the Royals have been closer.
That is true.
And I'd still root for the
gotta be honest,
the Dodgers.
But if it's the I can't follow that whole rule because if it's the Royals and Yankees, and I'm going small market Trump. It's like, do I care about the team? No. Okay, who's the smaller market? Who's got the better story? Who last won the thing? Who's the underdog? Like, there's all these tiebreakers.
So the Padres are your team.
1,000,000,000% the Padres are my team.
And the Yankees have won a World Series more recently than the Dodgers.
Dodgers won in 2020.
No, they won the 2020 garbage.
Come on, a real season.
Garbage trophy.
Not a third of the season World Series.
That's weird. You guys want a shorter season.
Once it becomes a season, then we'll call it a World Series.
Come on, Alan. It's gross. Number 3, please.
There are now 2 teams enjoying a 2-1 lead that play today. See for out. At least one team ends their season tonight.
Safe. I think safe. Someone's going home tonight. Someone's going home tonight. I don't know which one. I really hope it's the Dodgers. I have a feeling it's the Phillies, but hell, I've been wrong this whole postseason. Screw it. Who cares? I love it. Somebody's going home. Somebody's going home. What do you think?
Out. Let's get game 5.
Wow. Well, you know what I want in this case is
I don't run the risk.
I don't want to run any risk.
I actually, if the Padres are going to advance, I want them to. Even though they would probably also enjoy winning in LA, but it'd be fun for them to win in front of.
I think so too. Even if you told me if it went to a game 5, I love the idea of them clinching in front of Dodgers like that.
Yeah,
but I want them to do it in front of their home fans. Unlike the Giants, who in all their World Series that run never clinched at home.
Did it really happen?
Did it really happen? I don't know. We'll take a break. When we come back, wow, a very interesting game over the weekend.
Yeah.
UC Davis coach Tim Plough is going to join us. He's going to join us right after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
When I realized I was going to have to sign up for my own health insurance plan, I was ready to freak. But then I found Health Markets. Health Markets lays out a list of plans available to you. It's straightforward and so easy. And if you need help, they have licensed insurance agents you can speak with. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. That's it. Pound 250 and say Health Markets.
Discover the advantages of real, personalized service today with Health Markets. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts. Paid actor per trail.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
A gain cent bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said, "Maraca, senor," but his nose said, "Hey, freshest scent ever." Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of gain scent beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, "Sir, your scent maracas smell amazing." Actually, Jim, most noses call them gain scent beads. Try Gain Scent Beads, way fresher than detergent alone.
Did you know every 3 seconds someone is a victim of identity theft? LifeLock wants to give you helpful tips to protect your identity this Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Adding multi-factor authentication, like a text with a security code, is one way to boost your security. But for comprehensive protection, trust LifeLock. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal info and steps in to resolve issues that arise, guaranteed or your money back. Protect yourself with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
For 76 years, the Keys family from Naturewood Home Furnishings has been serving families just like yours and mine. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings, most of which are made right here in this country. The kitchen table, which we purchased so many years ago, speaks to the enduring quality of the Naturewood product lines. We treasure memories made seated around that table with family and friends for birthday celebrations, school projects, and many late-night meals when the day just got away from us. Naturewood has provided thousands with home furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their 76th anniversary sale and get started making your own brand of memories. Meet the Keys family at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right. Don't forget, we've got Discover Kingdom tickets to give away. College football tickets to give away. I feel weird with Coach on the line. Say tickets to give away a little bit later on in the program. But Jason, listen, man. Sports be stressful.
They can be. They are.
And look, we our good friend Scotty the Body Marsh is the voice of the UC Davis Aggies. Mm-hmm. So, and also UC Davis, local school. So there's a bit of rooting interest. I'm not going to lie. Look, I'm just going to be straight up here. Okay. I've enjoyed our UC Davis coaches over the years. I have. There's not one I haven't enjoyed. I really enjoy Coach Plow. Mm-hmm. I do. He's got kind of our sense of humor. We have a lot of fun with him, and that adds to the rooting interest. So we're watching this game over the weekend, and yeah, dude, I did not think it was going to go that way, and I certainly didn't think it was going to end that way. And I don't know how Coach's hairline is, but I got to think it's a little bit less than it was a week prior. But a win is a win is a win, whether it's a 50-point win or a 1-point win, as we welcome in live from Shredville, the mayor of Shredville, Coach Tim Plough. Coach, good morning.
Boys, my hairline has been leaving me for the last few years. So if you're wondering, it's not good. Yeah, it hasn't been for a while.
27-26. It's a road win for UC Davis. Portland State was 0-4. I understand it's a win is a win, but help us out with the analysis here, Coach. You're on the sidelines. In your opinion, did UC Davis play down to their opponent? Did Portland State have one of those games any given Saturday where they showed up? What happened, and why, in your opinion, was it so close?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think, for example, they changed their defensive coordinator like the day before the game, and they ran a completely different defense that we hadn't even prepared for. And so there's a little bit of that going on. Like, they got nothing to lose. They're doing some stuff they've never tried. Both sides of the ball a little caught off guard. And then there's also a little bit, I think, of our guys just not being focused the way they're supposed to be. And, us talking last week about that rat poison, and you get a big win the week before, and now you're playing an 0-4 team. And no matter how hard you try, it's just, it happens a lot where guys take it maybe a little too easy. And so there's a little bit of mix of both.
Yeah, Coach. So the end is just absolutely wild. Really, the last 2 minutes, you guys have the ball with a chance maybe to make something happen. There's the interception, and it's looking rough. but you guys get the defensive stop. You get the ball back. You convert 4th downs. And I want to ask you about the last 2 plays. I mean, just absolutely wild where there's a throw to the end zone, 5 seconds left. It appears, at least Portland State celebrating, that the game's over. Refs say 1 second left. Then you get one more play, throw to the end zone, catch is made right there at the pylon. It's kind of a mystery, ruled a touchdown. Then you have to wait, and you just don't know. You're at the mercy of a review. What was that? I don't know, it wasn't 10 seconds. It was probably about a minute of waiting whether or not you guys actually won that game. What was that part like?
Well, going back to the drive, I think the funny part was, again, they were running a defense that we just weren't even prepared for and didn't really know what they were doing. And so we're trying to get information. And so there was a couple of times during the drive where we're in a group and, 100% drawing plays up in the dirt. Like,
wow.
Hey, you go here, you do this. And so that was really cool that our guys just, whatever you say, coach. And they went out and did it. And so we got down the field. And then the last play of the game, we practice those plays every week. And then so we've had a lot of reps at it, but then it's like, all right, well, this is the play we've practiced. So we do the first one and, we don't come down with it. And the clock says the zeros. And the guys in the box are telling me, hey, there should be 1 second left. But in my mind, I'm like, the refs are they're going to get out of here. Like, they're not going to put a second back on the clock. And then they actually did that. And I was like, wow, okay. So then we ran we only have 2 plays. So if they would have made us run another play, I didn't have any left that day. We ran the second play and Miles and Trent complete it. And as soon as they caught it, everyone goes nuts. And I just sat there. I knew they were going to review it. So then I asked the refs were standing there and I said, hey, can you guys talk to me about the rule of like what would be a completed catch? And he goes, I'm not going to talk to you about hypotheticals. And he walked away from me. So I just went over to the bench and sat down and waited for them to make a decision.
Coach, do you have to kind of, when you're dealing with your team after a game like this, do you have to kind of compartmentalize parts of it? Like, on one hand, it's a 1-point win against a team that had yet to win, that you were certainly supposed to, in air quotes, beat by more. On the other hand, it's a 94-yard final drive. It's the composure and everything that went with that. So do you have to balance between talking about the wins within the win and the losses within the win?
I think you have to celebrate your accomplishments regardless of how your accomplishments are created, right? Like, I think if you don't celebrate accomplishments like that, then I'm not sure why we're in sport, right? So there's that part, and then I think I try to take the place. I really feel like it's my job and almost my manifestation of being here is to not really overreact either way. Like, it's my job to just be consistent. If we win the game, great. If they would have said Trent wasn't in, I would have reacted and done the exact same thing. It's my job to be consistent and try to create an environment here where we can play our best football, and we haven't yet. And so that just gives me more motivation to continue to push these guys to play their best football. Luckily, they've won games when they haven't played their best. But I just look at it like a great challenge. We got to figure out a way to play our best football, because if we don't, eventually someone's going to get us. And at this point, we've set a season up where we could do something really special. So we just got to hold on to that rope and don't let go. Don't try to explain why we're winning, and just try to hold on to the rope as long as you can.
Coach, I think it was last week or the week before, Dave asked you if you guys could, like, over there, Davis clone a guy like Land Larison. Well, you got him at number 3, and then in the second half, he's wearing number 24. It's kind of like you did. That he was pretty good in both numbers.
Well, I mean, that's happened twice now. It happened to C.J. Hutton in the Southern Utah game. It's almost more confusing for me, because when they run out there to do the play, I'll be like, hey, who's this guy? I haven't even seen this player before. And I think it was really tough for his family. His parents were worried, like, oh God, what happened to Land? And then they saw him leap over a human, and they were like, oh, that's probably still him. Yeah. So yeah, got to get those jerseys to not rip.
I know that you just spoke about, skinning your teeth a few times here. As a matter of fact, if my math is right, you guys have 3 of your wins come by a combined 6 points. That's huge. That's crazy. Let's go the other way. It's a completely different type of season. So in your mind, I don't know that you necessarily share this with your players. And since it's just us talking, and of course no one's listening, is there a part of you also though that goes, we might be a team of destiny. There might be something here. Like we're getting these breaks. Or do you feel like you're like a cat? You used up your 3 lives.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get, too, talking about faith and stuff like that. But I will say that I told the guys the other day that, hey, I mean, don't try to explain what's happening. I think you got to celebrate the fact that you're competing and you are finding ways to win. And there's no reason for us to explain it. It's just more about every week us saying, hey, we got to figure out a way to get better. And if we would have lost those games, we still would be sitting there saying we got to figure out a way to get better. I think the hard part when you're winning is to try to convince them and continue to motivate them. Like this is not us playing our best football, even though the results are what you want. We've got to continue to push ourselves to get better every single day. And if we do that, man, now all you have is a bunch of battle-tested guys that have played in close games that late in the year. If we got to win a close game, we've done it. A lot of people haven't been through that or maybe haven't done that. And I think that makes us a really strong team, but it's only gonna matter. All these wins are only gonna matter if we continue to grow and try to get better.
All right. As we wrap up the segment, Coach, excuse me, I generally try to keep it even keel. I'm obviously rooting for UC Davis, but I have a lot of respect for the other team. I'm going to go a little overboard this weekend though, because unlike in weeks past, you guys are taking on Cal Poly, 4 p.m. And there are very few things in this world I hate more than Cal Poly. Their mascot, Musty, the Mustang. There was a kid in 5th grade that took my Capri Sun and beat me up. He was like a foot taller than me. He's now at Cal Poly as a teacher. I can't stand this school. 4 p.m. home game. I don't know if you want to use that as motivation in the locker room or anything, Coach, for your players. But honestly, if we could just stomp those guys, I would appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you this, Musty's going down, and we need all the help we can get to try to make these games a little bit closer, just for you.
Thank you.
But I would say that there's no doubt this is a rivalry game. Obviously, really important. We've went through the history of it with the guys. Our big focus is we got to win our home games. So we got to stay undefeated at home, and we got to keep this trophy that we got sitting here in the main lobby. And I don't talk about the name of that team down south, and I don't talk about the name of the team across the causeway. I just know I want to beat both of them every year. So
that's right. That's right.
We're going to a big swing. Yeah.
Screw you, nerds. Cal Poly, you're going down. Musty the Mustang. What a weird name.
No.
All right. Well, we're behind you 100%, Coach. You take Shredville to them this weekend, and everybody make sure you get out there because they need all the support they can get. And yes, big crowds truly do make a difference to the players. Coach, have a great weekend. Let's get a blowout this weekend. A little easier on your blood pressure. We'll talk to you next week.
Boys, if you got a little hair transplant idea for me, go ahead and let me know, because I feel like it's going to be one of those years. So I need all the help I can get.
You got it, brother. We'll tell the sales staff. Thank you, and have a great weekend. Have a great game, Coach.
All right, boys. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye. That's it. Coach Tim Plough.
Yeah, I don't have any suggestions for him on that.
I don't either. Maybe you can shave Musty and tape it on. I don't know. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Kings turn 40. And you know what? Safe to say, the Sacramento Kings are 40-year-old virgins when it comes to consummating a championship in Sacramento. Will this be the year? No clue, but we'll talk about it next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go.
I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcasts? Good news! Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things Uninterrupted at amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Meet Cheryl. Hey, she's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance-class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare. With Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
You've seen him on the roast of Tom Brady, and you've heard him host the #1 podcast in the world, Kill Tony. Now see Tony Hinchcliffe perform stand-up comedy live at the venue at Thunder Valley, Friday, October 11th. The man behind millions of views worldwide and countless sold-out shows brings his stand-up set to you, Tony Hinchcliffe. Critics call him a must-see. Don't miss this stand-up comedian, writer, podcast host, and professional wordsmith live in Sacramento. Tony Hinchcliffe. Get tickets at ThunderValleyResort.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes,
He did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Too lost, fish. Oh my God, it just finally hit me. Coach Plow sounds like a grown-up, mature Nate Littlefield. Oh, now I gotta hear.
Is there such a thing?
I don't think so. That's Jeff. By the way, breaking news. Nate said he enjoyed the new Joker movie. He's the one. That thing's making Ishtar look like a classic. That's a really old reference.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. All right. You can keep that going, Chris, or is it fading out? Is it fading out? It's fading out. All right. Year 40.
Woo!
Of the Sacramento Kings. And was last year year 100 of the franchise?
Yeah.
The oldest franchise in the NBA, the Sacramento Kings. Excuse me. And I'm ready. I'm bursting.
Yeah, I could tell.
Season 40? Year 40.
Season 40.
Yeah, because year 40 is, 2025, right?
Will be part of this season.
Yeah. Don't actually season 40, please.
That's not year 40.
It's not year 40. I mean, you want to start with
Sacramento
0.
Kings are only 39.
Right. That's what they tell their friends is that they're 39.
Yeah.
No,
again.
Yeah. I am bursting. I'm ready. I'm excited. I cannot wait. Even though it's preseason, I'm ready to go, dude. It's Kings, Warriors.
This time it's for real.
This time it's for real.
Sound off.
Is this a must win?
Yes.
For the Kings? No? Okay.
But you have it written right here, and I want to ask you this question first.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
10 being title town, being a championship.
Mm-hmm.
What are your expectations?
My personal expectations. Carmichael Dave's personal expectations.
I personally believe.
I
wrote it down. I know the number you're picking.
I'll bet you you're wrong.
Okay.
I'll bet you you're high.
Okay.
I mean your number's high.
Yeah.
3.
Oh. What'd
you have? You have a what? You were low. I mean, in the spirit, I didn't want to say 1 just to be
because if they do that, then
nowhere to go.
They met your expectations.
They met my expectations.
7, you're like, hey,
the Kings
way better.
They have. I mean, they weren't healthy last year, but they've enjoyed relative health the last couple of years.
Well, the 3's pretty bad. Like, wouldn't that be a bad year? It has to be.
I would say for the 3 to be met for me, it would be they miss the playoffs again. That to me, anything less than making the playoffs, playoffs,
right?
Not play in, would meet the 3. If they made the play in like last year, that's a 2. If they missed all of it, that's a 1. And then anything above that. So I really do kind of have. I wouldn't say making the playoffs is a low threshold. That's tough to do, but in order to increase that 3, they just have to be an 8 seed.
Yeah, it's a weird, I think the byproduct of having the play-in has helped the league, but it's kind of changed maybe the overall preseason feel, at least for me, because naturally I want to say be in the top 6. That relieves some of that stress. There's a belief that you've obviously been a good team most of the year, depending on what 6 to 1 looks like, what the difference is. And the last couple of years, it hasn't been that big of a difference.
That's right.
But I mean, to some, let's just paint this scenario this way. They're 10th.
Mm-hmm.
They win the 10-9 game. Mm-hmm. They win that next game. And then they're playing the 1 seed and they won. Like, that's all fantastic. You're 4th. You're 3. And you lose in the first. Like, it's right. To me, there needs to be the postseason at the end of this, whatever that looks like for the Kings. And so that would be my goal. Naturally, it feels better to be a top 6. I mean, if you're 1, that's awesome. You're having a great year. But if you go out in the first round, what does it matter? Or
I'd much rather be an 8 seed that makes the second round than a 1 seed that's out in the first round.
Sure. But like, I think it's almost going to be really hard to predict. I think the way the West is, I think you want to be healthy at the right time and be playing well, but I think it's going to be matchups. So if you've got a team, like for example, last year, we know what New Orleans did to the Kings. So if they made it in and they separated that plane and they had New Orleans in a playoff matchup, I still would have liked to have seen it, but the way it went, I don't know that they would have beat them.
That's right.
So is that bad luck? Just the wrong team? Like, I don't think Dallas was the best team. They had the right map and they got through. So they deserve to do that. So to me, on the year, I want them to be healthy. I want them to be feeling good about themselves, playing well. I guess my shorter answer would be a top 6, but I don't know that matters in a weird way. I mean, you'd rather have home court.
Sure.
You'd rather have all that.
Sure.
You want all the benefits, but I want them to be playing for another round.
That's exactly right. I need this team.
I'm going to say championship, like a second round would sound great.
I think first round and out would be, I would look at it as almost like a lateral move from last year. Even though they didn't make the playoffs, it'd almost be a lateral move because
from the last 2 years.
That's right. Really. They've been there before. You got to at least make the second round this year. And the next 2 questions, I'll flip them because it's strength and weakness. The reason why, well, look, I keep the expectations low because that's my self-preservation, but I will keep saying it, and I want so badly to be proven wrong. I think their front court depth is going to be their Achilles heel. I do not believe I believe the team as constructed right now, the 49 wins, the 4 seed, which I believe is what ESPN had them as, I think that's almost comically high. I don't think it's attainable unless it's one of those like they're healthy 100%, which they already aren't.
Yeah.
They all these styles make fights, matchup thing. They outscore everyone. I can even get on board with the whole, hey, second half of the season, that defense really looked great, and Keon Ellis in the starting lineup and all that. I do worry. I hope I'm wrong, but again, I'm just being negative right now. You know, is the Keon Ellis Cinderella story, is the slipper gonna whatever, you know, is but when it comes down to it, you have a front court that is incredibly either undersized or just shallow past Sabonis. I'm worried about that.
Yeah, I think that's a fair worry. I mean, I think that's that. So I'm more worried about that than I am about the defense. I think the defense is a little better than you think. I could be wrong on that one, but that's where I get back to matchups.
You could be right. I acknowledge you could be right.
Because I think in the past we'd say, well, they don't even have any good, like, who's their best defender?
Right.
Now I think we could give you at least a little bit of a list of Fox, Ellis, and Murray. I think
That's
those
right.
3 are good defenders.
And by the way, all the metrics on Sabonis say that he literally is one of the better big man defenders in the league. And it surprised me as much as the next guy, but the metrics showed that Sabonis had quite the defensive year last year, at least above what I think most people think, which is he's a sieve like Jokic.
Yeah.
And he's not.
Right.
And yes, I can see a world where you've got Fox, you've got Ellis, you've got Murray, and you've got Sabonis. And hey, that's a world I can live in. We'll talk a lot more about this later. What are their strengths? Let's make sure we get to that as well and what we're looking for. We'll take a very quick break. 1 minute. When we come back, 3 for Madness. All the series going on in baseball. Who's the worst owner? We'll play that game. And something happened last night. Did anyone notice? We'll talk about that in the sports world next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, how are you celebrating fall's arrival?
By giving you the best savings yet on all remaining new 2023 Dodge Charger SXTs in stock, with savings up to $13,000 off MSRP, starting as low as $28,215.
Wow, that's some of the best savings you've had all year.
Yep. And it's not just on new Dodges. We have over 200 quality used cars available and 46 under $20,000 at the new Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter in historic downtown Woodland. Whatever vehicle you need, Hoblet has it.
If you need a vehicle new or used, your first stop needs to be Hoblet. You won't find bigger savings on a better selection of vehicles anywhere. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on select new 2023 Dodge Charger XXT after $39.20 factory rebates and $9,080 dealer discount. Rebates include 1,000 Hoblet inventory select coupons while supplies last. Not everyone will qualify for all rebates. At least 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
It's the Big Sky home opener for the Sacramento State Hornets this Saturday. 6 p.m. kickoff versus Eastern Washington. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
We're idiots. Coming up on the program today, he's not a snack, he's a meal for a go. So joining us at 9 a.m., Niners at 9. We're going to talk football, and also we're going to talk a little college football at 7:43. Something I read this morning that let's just say took the proverbial wrinkles out of my sports version of jeans. I'm just excited. I am so excited if this happens. And we've talked about it before, Jason. That's coming up at 7:43. In the meantime, it's Christopher Laud with the Spotlight 3 for Madness. Question 1.
With all 4 series going today in baseball, plus Kings preseason, is this the best non-NFL sports day since the NBA playoffs?
All right. So I constantly, I will sometimes ask questions I already know the answer to just to see where everybody's landed. I wrote the question and I'm asking it. Like I'm trying to think so that would be basically since June. So you've had the Olympics, you've had baseball,
golf majors,
tennis
majors.
You have all 4 remaining postseason series going, with all the drama that goes with that. And it all starts rather early. So if it, like, for example, I look at sports days, Jason, as one of those, like, okay, if I had a sick day, obviously we'd have to have a different job here, but if we had a sick day we wanted to call in on, March Madness, stuff like that, those are the easy ones. But you would start with Guardians Tigers at 12:08, Phillies Mets at 2:08, Yankees Royals at 4:08, Dodgers Padres at 6:08, and then you'd have to split screen it for a little bit. But you're going to get the end of the second half of the Dodgers Padres because the Kings start at 7:30 versus the Warriors. Then you go right into the Warriors. So the Warriors Kings, that's going to end at 9:30, 10 o'clock. You're basically from noon to 10 o'clock. From noon to, you have 10 straight hours of awesome.
Yeah.
I can't. The Olympics is the only thing I can think of. I can't think of one.
Yeah, this is it, right? And I was trying to think if we had like regular, what most people have. Like, let's just say we had a desk job. What's that? 9 to 5, roughly 8:30 to 8 to 5, whatever it is. Could you imagine? Like, I think people that do that, do they have a separate screen, a second screen up, or their phone or whatever? If they are a baseball fan or a playoff fan or a sports fan today, like they didn't call in sick. They're working.
They're working, but they got it going.
And that's the kind of thing. I know some people were talking about Sunday, this last Sunday, if they got up early enough to watch football in London with the Jets and the Vikings, and then because that, Cowboys-Steelers game got delayed with weather, I mean, that day was, for here in the West Coast, like 6 o'clock till about 10 of football.
And,
I mean, that's the NFL, but there was also... There was stuff going on all day that day.
And notice I said
non-football,
because give me the first Sunday of NFL season.
Sure.
That's let's just be honest. But
it is pretty great.
All right, cut number 2, please, or question.
Question 2.
Who's the worst owner, Woody Johnson or Mark Davis?
Okay, so they're both dumb. I don't know that Mark Davis is a bad person. Woody Johnson's actually not a great guy. But also, they're both pretty inept. I'm talking about his franchises in this millennium. I think the Jets might have, in fact, I know they've got more playoff success this millennium than the Raiders. But Mark Davis has also managed to, move the team to Vegas, build the big stadium. Like he's done some things for the franchise that I don't think Oakland Raider fan would agree with this, but just the valuation of that franchise has increased quite a bit since they moved, and for a reason. So at least there's some business acumen. I feel like Mark Davis, even though he's kind of dumb when it comes to running a football team, like he just doesn't really know what he's doing. I think you always feel like he's a huge Raider fan and he's doing everything in the best interest of the Raiders, even though his decision-making is kind of dumb. I'm not saying Woody Johnson isn't, but I think Woody's, like, for example, with the Saleh firing, it was like the last time a team fired a coach 5 games or less into the season and made the playoffs was when Rich Bisaccia took over after the Gruden emails. He should have given Bisaccia the job, in my opinion, but he went against that and made his decision, and it was the wrong decision. But it felt like it was the good of the team. This just felt like Woody Johnson didn't like Robert Saleh. He said he made the move himself, not the GM, not the star quarterback. He decided to come in and make a serious football move 5 games into the season where you had a very, a 1-score loss to an undefeated team that you're coming off of. And you're putting in a guy now who may be great, but also has no head coaching experience whatsoever.
Impulsive.
Very impulsive, and it's not a good combo. So in short, I would take Mark Davis over Woody Johnson. Yes.
The one thing I've heard about Mark Davis that this will be a positive for him, I've heard he's the one part he kind of took from his dad and maybe elevated would be he's always treated anybody that's been a Raider as like family or whatever. Like they've always, like former Raiders for the most part, I'm sure there's cases, but like he's always treated like once in the family, always in the family. He's treated them very, very well. You just wish for that organization that they've had more success, and he hasn't had really any.
That's right.
When he's been running this team on his own, separate from his dad. So he's not great. I don't know enough about Woody Johnson, but that's just this. All this seems kind of weird, and they've got the longest drought going for making the postseason. They can't seem to get what they want. It made me wonder when that you were bringing this up. Would the Raiders be better off if they? I mean, the Gruden emails happen. I'm not trying to. That's a fact. But he would be in year what, like 7 of his 10-year deal? Like,
yes.
They probably would be better off.
Oh, I 100%.
As a team.
I 100% believe that. And I'm on record saying I love John Gruden as a broadcaster, as a football mind. I really do. I could listen to him all day long, and his TikToks are incredibly scary.
Jason still hasn't seen that.
Yeah, I was supposed to wait for the show.
But I actually
scary.
Just his face, his look, he really does look like Chucky.
Is he like intense?
Intense, almost like serial killer intense. Like you'll see it, you'll see his eyes and his look and go, oh my God. I always thought he was a little bit overrated because of his personality, but he still improved the team every year he was there. Yeah. The record improved.
And so that was kind of the big move, but since then the other moves haven't been very good.
Mm-hmm. No, they haven't. Yeah. So we'll see. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Hockey started last night. Be honest. Did you have any clue hockey was starting last night?
Nope. Honest to God, it was this morning, and it was like the Oilers knock off the Blues to begin or whatever it said. And I was
That's
like,
not what happened.
I don't know what.
Because I was at the gym and I saw the game.
Oh, hold on. We get it. You work out, dude. That's awesome. Good for you.
It was the Blues and the Seattle Kraken.
The
two
Kraken.
cities I hate the most.
You hate Seattle and you hate St. Louis?
Yes.
Why do you hate Seattle again? Never mind. Well, whoever it was knocking off whoever it was. Yeah. It was, and then I went, wait, is that preseason? And I went, oh my God, it's the regular season. Yeah. Hockey's back. Okay.
The only way I knew, I saw someone post yesterday about Utah. I'm like, Utah? They had their inaugural game and they won. Mm-hmm. Oh, did not realize. I had heard about it, but I had forgotten that Utah got it.
What are they? Are they the Utah Coyotes? They didn't take that, did they?
What are they?
Utah.
I think they're like Utah hockey team or something.
No, they're not.
Utah Hockey Club.
Are you serious? They went with the Commanders.
They're the Commanders.
They're the Utah, and their logo says Hockey Utah Club. What a garbage logo. It looks like something they did in MS Paint.
All right. We're just going to call the name Utah Hockey Club for right now.
It's a placeholder.
But when we get the season started, we'll have a much better name.
And the same guy that owns the Jazz owns the Utah Hockey Club, and his name is Ryan Smith. That makes sense because that's an incredibly boring name, too. Ryan Smith, I own the Utah Hockey Club and the Jazz, of which none exists here.
The Utah Hockey Club mascot is milk.
Seriously. Tonight's game brought to you by going to bed early.
What should they be? Yep.
The Mountaineers.
Okay.
The Lakers.
Ice.
The Utah.
Zamboni.
I mean, honestly, Lakers. I get it, but they're Salt Lake City. There's a more known lake there than there is in L.A.
The Salt Lakes.
The salts.
The assaults.
The salties. They're just like, I don't like it. The Utah
Peaks.
Guys, don't think and I just want to stop everybody on the text line. Do you think we're not? If you think you're being original, saying the Mormons or the Stormin' Mormons, we've all thought it through. They're obviously not going to do that. I mean, I don't think they're going to do that. Although mascot would be amazing. The Utah Flats because of salt. No. I mean, Utah Utes is pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's already.
Yeah. The Utah. What the take away Salt Lake City and Mormons. Honest to God, what the heck is Utah known for? That's like could be a team name. I'll be like, oh, bland food or milk. Or I get the Utah jokes. I'm a big Utah fan. Love me some
Utah Mystery.
I mean, like they couldn't even come up with a name for the basketball team.
That's what I'm saying. The Utah Mystery?
Because we don't like what
because we don't know. Utahs. Maybe that's, you know what? I take it back. Utah Hockey Club. I get it now. I 100% get it. All right. Well, go UHC. The Utah Hockey Club.
Want to know?
The Milks. We'll take a break. When we return, playoff baseball's in full swing. The Pods beat the Dodds.
Okay, sorry to do this, but I was like, all right, what's the state bird of Utah? Maybe that will give us a little thing. They don't even have their own state bird. Their state bird is the California gull.
Shut up. Are you
Utah
serious? They had to borrow the Jazz and the what are we doing in Utah? Is Utah big sky country? Could they be the Skies?
So.
No. I'm trying to think of Utah, man. The Utah. Is there something? Okay, let's just be honest, dude. Utah is known for like churches and Mormons and stuff. That has got to be their number one. Like if you pulled the entire country, that's number
Utah
one.
Faith.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is there something that's
Spirits.
like something that's non-offensive that represents what's going on there?
The Saints.
The Utah Saints. Wait, I know. I'm sorry. I'm pleading ignorance here. I don't. Are Saints in the Mormon faith? Is that
sure?
I don't know, or is that like tied to one? I don't know.
Spirits work.
Well, do spirit?
Prophets.
But I don't think you can do spirits because everybody will think like because booze, right?
That's the irony.
But also, isn't the spirit like a ghost?
Yes,
that's the.
The Holy Spirit. I see where you're going here. Dude, the Utah Holy Spirit would be amazing.
This actually would be a good question for Nate. Nate is very well known.
Would it be?
Yeah.
Would it be?
Because they're very well known for what?
For what?
He knows like his whole family's from Utah.
For verbally crashing into brick walls like Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck. He'd be like, oh, I want the Utah Bubbles.
That would actually be good.
Playoff baseball coming up next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We're going to start out with mainly sunny skies today with morning lows in the low 60s. Then as we get into the afternoon, a few more clouds at the high of 89. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you got to see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, so that's baseball here. I had to do some Utah research. By the way, full disclosure, our corporate offices are in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we're always very deferential to our friends out there who control our lives and could make it terrible for us if we made them angry, and we would never want to do that. Jason, so we all live in California, the three of us, and pretty much I would imagine just about everybody listening, and we would be known as Californians. Do you know what the Utah equivalent is called?
I don't.
Chris?
Two Utes,
says Joe Pesci. If the Utah equivalent of Californians is Utahns, UTAHNS.
Okay.
Utahns. I don't think the Utah. I actually would love the Utah Utahns just because it's fun to say. I don't think so. My daughter texted during the break, and she said the Rocky Mountain elk is the state animal. So the Utah Elks.
Okay.
Ryan from the chat says that they have dinosaur fossils there. So they could be like the Utah Velociraptors, or wow, that's Toronto. The Utah
Fossils.
The Utah Fossils. I don't know, man. Pueblo Indians used to live there. The Utah Pueblos.
Okay.
We got to help them out. I mean, have they done any research on this whatsoever?
I think that's why they ended with the Utah Hockey Club.
I think they just kind of went.
This best fits.
Could temples be a thing? Because the big church is called the Temple,
right?
Utah Temples. Oh, I'm a temple. I don't know. Miami says the Heat. That's what they're known for. I'm a Heat.
They should be the humidity. It's not so much the heat; it's
the humidity. They had the first transcontinental telegraph. We're all learning about Utah, right?
Utah Graphs.
The Utah Graphs.
Let's bring them out. How about them Graphs?
How about that? Give it up for the Graphs. All right. Well,
they have some bears.
They've got bison, elk, moose, mountain goat. By the way, moose should be meese. Let's be honest. Mountain goat, mule deer. Because goose is geese. Good.
Everybody talks about goats.
Right.
Now.
Why not the Utah goats?
Yeah. Because they're bad.
Jason. Muskrats?
Oh. Muskrat love.
Muskrat Saleh.
So close.
All right. Anyways.
Mustangs.
Isn't that what Cal Poly is?
Sure.
we don't want to copy that.
We can't confuse Cal Poly and Utah.
No. All right, Pete Alonso, help me out here. Jeez.
First pitch on the way, and high in the air to right field, pretty deep. Castellanos back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone! Another opposite field home run for Pete Alonso. The Mets are leading by a score of 1-0.
The Alonsos?
The Utah Alonsos. Hey, son, did you know Utah natives are Utahns? Sincerely, Dave's dad. That's a good one. Jeff wants the name, the Utah Pickles.
Why?
I'm not gonna lie, it's a fun
Unique.
name. Or like it's like Savannah. Well, because bananas rhymes with Savannah.
Yeah.
The Utah. What rhymes with Utah? Utah. Nothing. We'll have to think about that. Here's Jesse Winker. That's a fun name to say.
2-1. Winker hits a high drive, right field, toward the pole. It is gone! Second deck shot, Jesse Winker. 2-0 Mets in the fourth. Oh, did he turn on that, kept it fair, and set it out to the Coca-Cola corner.
Yes.
See, they're trying to, back to Utah. They're trying to incorporate the whole state. What if they did something? Would it be easier with Salt Lake?
That's what I'm saying.
Salt Lake City, something.
The Utah. We tried that with like the Utah Salts.
No, but Salt Lake City Salts. No, I'm going like the city. Like that's like
instead
us
of calling
the
it
California Kings.
Yeah.
You're
You're
the
right.
Sacramento Kings.
Yeah. You're right.
Like Golden State is not San Francisco or Oakland when they were there.
Yeah, the Salt Lake City.
What's the state moniker?
Like what is that? That's the motto, right? Yeah.
Motto or moniker?
What's the motto? Hey. All right, hold on here. What is this? Milk, it does a body good. Let's see. The state moniker of Utah is they got the Bonneville Cutthroat Trout.
Okay.
Their official dance is the square dance.
Oh, the dancers.
So it's Utah state motto. The Utah state motto is industry. Literally, industry is the Utah state motto.
Beehive State.
So the Utah Bees.
I know isn't that the minor league team, Salt Lake City?
Oh,
Bees?
it is Salt Lake City Bees. Yeah, well, so what? St. Louis.
The Buzz? Or did they change to the Bees?
I don't know.
The Buzz?
St. Louis had the Cardinals and the Cardinals.
How about they're in the ironic part of this? They're the Salt Lake City Birds and the Bees.
Hey, that's right. Did you know, by the way, did you know that if they were the Utah Gulls, that there's actually a Utah goal? Goal!
How about they're the Bees' knees?
Here's Francisco Lindor here.
Here's the pitch. Swing on a liner towards first. Fair ball. Base hit. Going off the right field jutting stance to Castellanos in right. That'll get Martinez home. They will hold Taylor at third, and diving into second with a double and a run batted in is Francisco Lindor, and the Mets have increased their lead to 7-2.
Yep, they went on to win, and here we go. 1 game away from elimination are the Philadelphia Phillies. Yeah, I'm behind the Mets. Give me a Padres Mets, please. Just give me Padres Mets. I am here for that. The Dodgers got a solo home run from Mookie Betts, who honestly thought he got robbed again by Jurickson Profar, and actually he ran outside the base paths, by the way. Illegal. We'll get to that in a second here.
King fires. Betts swings and hits it high in the air, left field and deep. Profar back on the track. He's at the wall in the corner. He jumps, and he cannot make the catch. He was denied on Sunday, but not tonight. Mookie goes back around the bases, and now he can touch them all safely. A home run for Mookie. He snaps an 0-for-22 postseason drought and gives the Dodgers a 1-0 lead.
Oh, right. So 1-0, right? That's Padres in trouble. David Peralta is red hot, steps to the plate.
1-2 on the ground sharply. Fair up the first baseline. Gonna roll to the right field corner. Merrill's on his way home. Bogarts is being waved. Peralta stops at second. No relay to the plate. A 2-run double and a 3-1 Padre lead.
Fernando Tatis stepped up with a 3-1 lead.
Here's the 0-2. And Tatis.
What? Oh, sorry, that was me. My bad.
He sends it in the air, deep to left field. Hernandez is back, looking up, gonna go! 2-run homer, Fernando Tatis Jr., and it is a 6-run second inning.
You know, SLC Punk was a huge movie back in the day. What if they were the Salt Lake City Punks?
Okay.
Which completely does not fit the image of the state.
No.
But why not? The SLC Punks? That's kind of cool. Little mohawk.
Edge to that.
So 6-1 Padres are going to run away with it. Teoscar Hernandez said, no.
Another 1-2. Hernandez hits a high fly ball, center field. Merrill going back. He's on the warning track at the wall. Gone and grand. Teoscar Hernandez barking down the first baseline. A grand slam, and the Dodgers are right back in it.
6-5, and hell, it's only the top of the third.
Right. We're going to be in for a wild night.
18-17, maybe?
Yep.
That's your final.
They play 3 innings.
That's it. Might as well. Lots of stress after that. And Padres take a 2-1 lead. Shohei Ohtani got struck out looking on a pitch that he didn't think was a strike. And we're back at it. All 4 series go tonight. I don't know if this is, I want to be, I don't know anything about the church, so I don't know if this is offensive or not, but, we're trying to say, like, could you come up with a name that would encompass, what about the Utah Elders? Because Elder's a Mormon thing, but like also a thing of respect. Like elder also goes beyond doesn't it, right? Where like, hey, that's an elder statesman.
Respect your elders.
Yeah, respect your elders. That should be the motto. What would the mascot be? Just some old guy like a Santa beard? The Utah Elders hockey team. Respect them.
Respect.
Yeah, respect.
The Utah respect.
That's right. RESPCT.
Find out
what it means
to me.
Jason, have you heard of Project Rudy?
No, tell me about it.
I will. I will tell you about Project Rudy and why it put a giant smile on my face, and I think it will for you too. This is really interesting news, and this is something we've been talking about. So no Googling during the break. We'll talk about it next.
Can Mike Brown build on last season's Coach of the Year award? Can the Kings exceed 48 wins?
We will be better prepared to make the run that we expect to run come next playoff.
Tune into every Kings game this season on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
The Sacramento State Hornets are back at home this Saturday. Come check out the high-flying Hornets as they host the Eastern Washington Eagles. It's the Big Sky home opener, Saturday, 6 o'clock at Hornet Stadium, where we're celebrating cancer awareness and healthcare appreciation. Come watch some great football and stay for the post-game fireworks. Tickets are on sale now at hornetsports.com for Sacramento State and Eastern Washington. Stingers up.
Autumn is in the air, and like the leaves, prices are falling at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale this weekend. We've got tons of products on sale, like 3-ton jacks for under $100, 5,000-watt generators, $250 off, plus dual bevel miter saws at nearly half the price of the competition. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 10/13/24 while supplies last. So hurry in. Limitations apply.
Have you heard you can listen to your favorite news podcasts ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Enjoy shows like The Daily, Up First, and Consider This, available ad-free on Amazon Music. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free. That's amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
The shot clock is ticking, and your home team is driving up the court. But don't miss your chance to score big at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Save on a new Accord, HRV, Ridgeline, or the all-new Prologue before the buzzer sounds on year-end deals. Don't get benched by high prices. Slam dunk your savings today.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
For 76 years, the Keys family from Naturewood Home Furnishings has been serving families just like yours and mine. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings, most of which are made right here in this country. The kitchen table, which we purchased so many years ago, speaks to the enduring quality of the Naturewood product lines. We treasure memories made seated around that table with family and friends for birthday celebrations, school projects, and many late-night meals when the day just got away from us. Naturewood has provided thousands with home furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their 76th anniversary sale and get started making your own brand of memories. Meet the Keys family at Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water.
Plays here. The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports. The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey, welcome back.
I just got a submission from the personal text line.
Oh?
They can be the Johnny Utahs.
Oh, yeah. Little point break. That would be the first time a nickname ever preceded the state name, right?
Yes.
Trying to think. Yeah. The Utah Streakers, who they don't. That's illegal. It's got to be something that fits the state. And, let's see. I don't know what the hell is going on in the chat. Dennis needs a 5-minute break though.
Again?
It's just look,
too much Dennis.
Look at. It's just I
Dennis
don't
overload.
I don't think he can control himself. I mean, I appreciate him being here, but I just don't think he can control himself. Yeah, give Dennis let him catch his breath, please. JR, good morning at 1-800-912-1140.
Hello, gentlemen. How are we this morning?
Good. How are you?
Good. There's a lot. How about the Sundance Film Festivals?
Oh, how about it?
For it.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it as a
name.
That's what they're famous for.
That's true.
They're famous for their little Sundance Film Festival.
Come see the Utah Sundance Film Festival.
Or just the festivals?
The festivals?
Just the festivals?
The fests?
There's Joe Smith.
The festies.
The dance.
The festies.
The
Hey, I can't believe I'm sitting here like you, rooting for the poops and the peeps, as I refer to them, the yellow and brown down there from San Diego. And, oh, my God, I know we're making Whitey so darn happy by having to root for him.
Got to root for him. I had a Dodger fan on Twitter yesterday who was getting mad at me saying, hey, that's like a Niner fans rooting for the Eagles or this.
I saw that.
No, it's not. I'm not rooting. I am rooting for the Padres, but only in the sense, especially, I'm rooting against it could be the freaking Salt Lake City Genghis Khans, and I would be rooting for them against the Dodgers.
Okay, that's a great name, but okay. But yes, 100%. I mean, literally, it was my little league team here, and we'd be rooting for them against the freaking Dodgers, right?
Exactly.
If you're a Giants fan, you really understand that. And there's nothing better because when they do lose, which they will, we can blow up Dodger fan and we have nothing to lose because, of course, we didn't have a good season. But it's so fun for 2 days after they get eliminated with all that money and talent, and they go nowhere, and then the Mets crush the Padres and go on to win the World Series, and we're all good.
It'll be time
to go on to Kings basketball.
Time to break out the memes, the Clayton Kershaw action figure that says fragile and whatever it says, fragile in the playoffs or
fragile.
All right, Jason, I'm really excited about this. Project Rudy. What is Project Rudy? Well, let me tell you about a group called Smash Capital. The Smash. It's spearheaded by former Disney executives with a lot of private equity involved. The project would include $9 billion infused into the college football postseason, a 70-team super league. Let me tell you about it. The new proposal would eliminate all games against current Group of 5 and FCS teams. The 70 schools would be shopped as a single entity media rights package. It would most likely begin after the 2031 season when all the TV deals expire. Former Notre Dame athletic director Jack Swarbrick is amongst those working on the project. There would be multiple automatic qualifying spots in the playoff field for the SEC and Big Ten. There's also thoughts of promotion and relegation into what they would call the Super League, a 72-team Power 12 conference with the remaining 64 teams in a group of 8. Private equity is involved. The infusion would be massive for everybody. It's basically a lot of what we've been talking about. Not exactly, but a lot of what we've been talking about, which is them coming together, making college football a whole entity like the NFL or Major League Baseball, and eliminating, Alabama versus McNeese State West. And they just beat the hell out of each other, just like in the NFL or NBA. They beat the hell out of each other. Everybody in that thing is good. They also, in reading it, there's a lot of talk about maintaining blue blood versus blue blood, rivalry game versus rivalry game. So those would stay intact for the most part. UCLA still playing USC every year. Florida State still playing Miami and Florida, et cetera, Michigan, Ohio State, blah, blah, blah. But none of those little podunk goofball games anymore. Now it's everyone is a decent team for the most part. And if not, they won't be around the following year. And then you go into an expanded playoff system. You shorten the regular season. You go into an expanded playoff season. Maybe another 1, 2, even 3 games leading up to the national championship. And you shop that around. I don't think it's perfect. I think there still need to be some tweaks, but I do think this is the direction they need to go.
Yeah, we've talked about this for a little bit as a possibility, an entity that could maybe come in and do this. I think there's a lot of elements that would be very exciting.
Yeah.
The relegation part would be really cool. It'd be something different than we haven't seen. I'm a little bit torn because, coming from where Sac State is now, and I know they still have goals of being to the Pac-12 or the Mountain West. But you talked about, getting rid of those, little games. Oh, like when Sac State beat Stanford.
Yeah.
And or Oregon State or Colorado or the teams they beat or Davis has done, or that those are great for the smaller schools. And sometimes they need those games to get money to help fund their program. And so, but then where does that leave like that other tier of teams? Not the Sac States, but let's say in a field of 70, which is a lot, but where was that Rice?
Probably.
Tulane,
right? Maybe Sac State if they were to
whatever. But there's SMU going there. Where's
yes, you're talking about the other group, the second tier.
What do they what do they do? Where do they exist? Who cares about that?
That's the beauty of the promotion relegation aspect.
Yeah, they could still get in later.
Because that you're playing not only for your own little championship,
yeah,
but that championship gets you promoted up into the group of 70. And then I imagine there'd be like a minimum, like you can't be promoted and relegated within 2 years, 3 years, 4, whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, imagine, UC Davis or Sac State's trying to make the Pac-12. That's one thing. But imagine, let's say they did, or maybe they made the Mountain West,
right?
And then they win the championship, the national championship of that other group, and boom, we're playing next year. We're playing Alabama or Florida State or Michigan or Ohio State. We're in now, and with that, by the way, comes this influx, massive influx of cash, which means you can spend that on your NIL guys and bring in. And now all of a sudden, if you do it right, your program just continues to grow.
Yeah.
And you could conceivably it really is kind of an English football multiple tier format where you can grow from way down here all the way up. But also on the other hand, I imagine if you go from the group of 70 down to the second tier, there's probably a parachute payment situation. So you prevent your entire team from transferring, where you're still going to get some of those monies for the next year or two once you move down to be able to maintain your program and not have it fall off a cliff. I mean, there's a lot of it's interesting.
Yeah, because then I would also then hope maybe then there could be maybe more finite with the player. Like maybe they have contracts. Like, look, we've got you in this league, and I wanted you here as a quarterback at Notre Dame. You need to stay here as a quarterback at Notre Dame because you're in this 70 and you're not now going to Florida State or
that's right.
Some other.
Well, and again, going back to soccer, but here's the other thing. You're Sac State. I'm UC Davis. You want my guy wants to transfer over there. That's great. You and I need to work out a buyout.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just get to transfer there for free.
Yeah.
You're going to pay me to buy this guy out, and that also brings in like, oh, we got this guy in. We spent $1 million on him. Now he's going to transfer his junior year for $40 million. That's another way of making money for the school. So I don't like the transferring part the way it is right now, but if you set up some compensation for that transfer, now it's interesting.
And then they can make everything else back, the Olympic sports back into conferences like we used to have regionalized.
That's part of this.
Yeah, because you don't need to have these teams traveling.
You don't.
This is a business. Football's different. Make every other sport regionalized like it's been.
These guys are putting a lot of energy into this whole thing. And what makes a difference, I think, is not the billions of dollars, but really the $49 that you're spending on a tune-up and a safety inspection from my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Carmichael Dave here with fall coming up. And by the way, congratulations, everybody. You made it. Today is the official start of Sacramento fall. Now, it's still 88 outside. It's supposed to be 87, excuse me. But Jason, 87?
So hot.
I mean, 87 is still hot for me, but it certainly ain't 90 or 100. 84 tomorrow, and look at this weekend. 84, 80, 81. Next Wednesday, the day I leave, 76 degrees, and then back in the 80 and 80. We've made it. I will say this right now, Jason Ross, we will not have another 90-degree day this year. Certainly not another 100-degree day. We might.
Hundreds are done.
Hundreds are done. I think
90s.
I think 90s are done. I mean, at that point, what? A week from Friday, it's gonna be what, the 18th? We're gonna get a 90-degree day. If we get a 90-degree day after October 18th, screw them. But American Energy, when it does cool down, could help you out with that $49 tune-up, regularly $119. They can come out, make you safe. And by the way, if you need a new system, it's half off. It's half off. Been around since 1981. Better Business Bureau A+. 916. Well, let me give you the website, actually. TheAEWay.com. That's the AE is an American Energy Way.com. We'll take a break when we come back. Kings preseason begins tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What do you want to see tonight? Other than a win, of course. We'll do that next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1932 $10 gold Indian coins have been found. These gorgeous 1932 gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1932 dated gold coin featuring Lady Liberty with an Indian war headdress and a majestic eagle. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1932 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 92 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-495-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus over a $55 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-495-6468 now to secure your 1932 $10 gold Indian coins before they sell out. Don't wait. You must act fast. Call now.
Model Year End pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. During the Model Year End event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at FolsomLakeHonda.com. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through the week. Your week. So right now, I need every single listener on their feet. Callers, texters, YouTubers. Make some noise for Sacramento's favorite sports morning show. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and the man behind the glass, Chris Berlon.
Hey now. Yeah. Bum, bum, ba, la, la, la. Chris can't believe I'm anti-student athlete. I think Chris and my wife should go bowling sometime because they're both fantastic at
Guerrero or Verlaag?
Guerrero. Sorry, on the chat.
Or Watkins.
They're both really good at like their ear to brain filter is broke. And then the brain to mouth filter. So, just jump into conclusions and then get way over dramatic about it. Although Chris is worse. I will admit, I'll stand in front of my wife for once.
Set the screen.
For real. Yes, I do hate student athletes. Hate them passionately. Screw them. I want more money for the man. Who's the man? I don't know.
The man.
But the man.
Yeah.
Kings preseason tonight.
Let's go.
Let's freaking go. By the way, Chris, do I have 2 American Energy reads in a row? I see on here. Is that? I see. Am I reading that wrong?
Yep.
I do.
You're not reading it wrong, but
I don't.
That's because it's a hoblet.
Oh, okay.
By American Energy, he meant
hoblet.
By American Energy, I meant.
I mean, I don't mind I talk about American Energy all day long. Like Chris says, I'm corporate Dave, but not Carmichael Dave. But just
Wait, which Chris said that?
Guerrero.
Okay.
Well, YouTube. I hate billionaires.
Or Watkins.
Huh? Or Watkins. Or Everett.
Yeah.
Everett. Or Everett.
Check that.
Check that.
Chris Everett.
Okay, so it's the first preseason game. All right. What are we looking for?
To me, tonight, my eyes are on DeMar DeRozan. Right? Seen him play, obviously, many times before. But now he's a King. What's the fit look like? And not that all the assessments are going to come in after one night, but they've had a couple days of camp. People have been saying pretty good things about what he's done so far. We know how great of a player he is. So how does he look with Fox and Sabonis and Murray? And that to me is the one. And then usually if there's he's the new player and he's the new player that's going to be playing the most. But if you had a rookie ready to go, and unfortunately Carter's not, they'd be watching him. But really a lot of it for me is going to be what does DeRozan look like as a King?
I'm going to say cool hair. I think tats, a couple of them.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Pretty smooth.
Yeah. And I believe I saw Mike Brown say earlier this week, starters will play the first half. So you get a little look. I will tell you, as always, every year it doesn't change. Just going to start with the basics and the foundation. What do I look for in the preseason, especially the first preseason game? Number one. Huh?
Health.
That's right. Number one, nobody get hurt.
Yep.
that is it. But yes, I want to see the offense. I want to see how DeRozan fits in. I want to see the spacing because you now have an in and out guy in Fox that can score from anywhere. You have your midi king in DeMar DeRozan. You have Keegan Murray, who's primarily an outside threat, but certainly added. I wouldn't say necessarily a post game, but definitely blew by a few people last year. You have Sabonis, who is almost exclusively down low in what he does. And then, you're going to have Malik Monk doing his thing off the bench, kind of all over the place. Also how Keon Ellis fits in there. And that really, to me, is primarily what I understand. It's preseason, and we're not going to get overwhelming defense. It's going to be really hard to make statements tomorrow on the defense or really anything because, you also don't want to show your hand. It's a preseason. But I would like to see just the rotations. Are they going to get taken advantage of down low? Probably not by the Warriors, but how that really works out.
Well, and if there's also someone else on the Kings that we're not necessarily thinking of it as top of mind, but put with, if there's an element of Fox, Sabonis, let's say Monk, and then this player, and you're like, oh, wow, I wouldn't have thought of that person in this group, but look, they actually look pretty good with that. that group, something like that. And the other part to me for tonight, just based on the West, is a look at the Warriors, because look, we're doing everything far more about the Kings. That's what's more important to us. But the Warriors think, look, if this goes right, why can't they be a great team? And so I want to see what Buddy Hield looks like, what Kyle Anderson looks like with them. Obviously, it's a little bit of a different team. They have huge expectations for a guy like Kuminga.
Yes.
So, if the Kings want to get to where they want to get to, maybe they are facing the Warriors later on in the playoffs or in the postseason or somewhere along the line, or in a game that they have to get late in the standings, that kind of thing. And I still go back to last year in the preseason when a lot of these games you just kind of throw away. That game in San Francisco, like Mike Brown left his starters in. Steve Kerr had taken his guys out. He's like, you know what? Is that what we're doing? Then he brought the starters back, and it was a great great game, and it happened to be a preseason game. So I don't know how they're going to do this. They play each other again on Friday. Maybe the coaches, they're good friends. Maybe they'll even talk like, hey, let's kind of go for it tonight or Friday, or they just say, yeah, we're shutting guys down. I'm not sure how they're going to do it.
Let's assume it's both starting lineups opening, and let's just talk a little bit like it's regular season, because what else can we do? I imagine the defensive matchups would be Keon Ellis on Steph.
I would think so.
So that would put Fox on Podziemski.
Okay.
DeRozan on Wiggins, Murray on Kuminga. I think I could see.
And then are they starting Draymond?
Yeah, if they're starting Draymond, then it's that.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe the switch on Wiggins, and they're going to give him different looks, obviously, but
I don't know who's considered big. Like, I feel like they want to. I know DeRozan's physically smaller than Keegan, but I think he's stronger and just more experienced. I think they're going to put him on the bigger guy, but those two are kind of interchangeable to me.
Yeah, Wiggins
is probably deemed the small forward.
Yeah, I think so. 6'7",
both pretty good
209
athletes
for Wiggins, and 6'7", 225 for Kuminga. But I think Kuminga's quite a bit bouncier.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. And that's something I'm looking forward to. So when the other question is there a specific player?
Yeah. That's a small starting lineup too for the Warriors.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Which is where the league is going. I mean, unless you've got Embiid or Jokic or, these kind of guys. It's kind of funny that the league is going a little bit smaller like that, or more versatile, I should say.
Well, that helps the Kings.
Yes.
Because they are one of those teams. Now, when you're matching up against a Minnesota or a San Antonio, or I'm just thinking of big guys, a Philly, New York. Mm-hmm. That's a matchup I'm not a fan of. By the way, Jason, Chris, it's time it's time to debut the preseason edition of Guess That Line.
Oh gosh.
For all you degenerates out there, the Kings host the Warriors preseason game 1. Who is favored and by how much? By way of a pre-show coin flip. Christopher Laud, you have the disadvantage. You go first.
The Kings are favored by 3.5.
Okay.
You know what? I think Vegas knows where money. I think it's the Warriors by 1.5. Are either of us right?
We start out with a correct answer. A 100% on the dot correct answer. The Golden State Warriors are 3.5-point underdogs to the Sacramento Kings. Circle gets the square. Christopher Laud on the dot. And as always, we play by the honor system.
I cheated.
You cheated and got it wrong.
That can't be right.
The only time I think cheating is acceptable and when it's not actually cheating is when you're basically stealing a vehicle. All right. And I'm not saying like committing a crime, but Hoblet right now is pretty much giving away vehicles for Ram Power Days. That's
just
right.
Taking advantage. That's not stealing.
You're taking advantage of Hoblets. Save up to $17,000 off MSRP on select new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorns. Up to $1,500 off MSRP on those big horns, not small horns. What about the Utah Bighorns? There
we go. Got it.
Hard to find new 2024 Ram at 2,500 tradesmen. That's 15 grand off MSRP. And so much more. Different from big city and automall dealers, no dealer markups, add-ons, or surprise fees. Take advantage of federal and state rebates with a new plug-in hybrid. See Hoblet's true pricing at hobletdodge.com. The price you see, it's the price you pay. No hidden fees, no add-ons, and no surprises. Nope, no surprises. And that's part of the reason why they're Ram Truck's number one in J.D. Power's initial quality study. And Hoblet's number one Ram truck dealer in California, number 7 in the whole U.S. of A. Search, select, and save at hobletdodge.com and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. We'll take a break. Jason Ross got a hold of some GM surveys. GM standing for general manager, not in the morning, by the way. And we'll tell you, are the Kings, where were they picked? And where, who's most likely to have a breakout season? Team made the best offseason move. We'll get to all that and more right after this.
Malik Monk plays here.
Left goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings. Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
GM surveys are out. Jason, you got the info in front of you. We can start with the top 8 in the West. I told you, we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
The Sacramento Kings were picked to finish 4th by ESPN in the West, but that doesn't mean the GMs picked them to finish 4th. Maybe they picked them higher. Maybe they picked them lower.
Yeah, they had their results. The team they picked first, not unanimously, overwhelmingly, though, was the Thunder.
The Thunder, I would imagine that.
Of OKC.
I would say number 2, I'm going to guess either Denver or Minnesota.
Okay, they went Minnesota and then Denver. So there's your 1, 2, 3.
Let me take a guess here. I'll say the Kings they picked to finish 6th.
Okay. Well, let's give you a 4th. That would be Dallas.
Okay.
Then Phoenix.
Oh.
So to hit your mark, it would be right here. It would be Memphis. And then 7th.
All right, getting John Morant back, Zach Edey, Marcus.
Sure.
Okay, all right, okay. I mean,
so 7th, probably
right? Yeah.
New Orleans. And then 8th, Golden State.
So they've picked the Kings to not finish in the top 8.
Yeah, so we don't know where they are. There's no Lakers there. There's no Clippers there. There's no Kings there. Yeah. I guess Houston, that's a team some people think could do something. Not them either. Not yet for the Spurs, Jazz, Blazers? Yeah.
Well, I don't like that.
So there you go. Thanks, GMs.
Yeah, GMs. What do you know, idiots?
Right.
Camp Silva in the chat says, sorry, Kings fans, but Buddy Hield's going to have a career year. Well, his career high in points scored is 20.7.
That was when he was here.
His career high in rebounds was his first year in Indiana, 5.1, 1/10 ahead of his career high in Sacramento. His career high in assists also that first year in Utah at 4.8. So I don't know what justifies a career year, but I would imagine he'd need to beat some or all of those. I disagree, by the way. I do actually think I can see a path to where Buddy actually in the right culture, surrounded by the right folk. The fact that he is going to have a lot of wide open shots, but wide open shots don't necessarily mean made shots for Buddy. Buddy made quite a few in traffic and missed quite a few wide open. So we'll see, but I could see a path where Buddy actually has a really good year on that team.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, it sure seems like they're bringing him off the bench. I think it's harder for him to have that same kind of impact because Buddy's kind of a little bit of a volume guy, and if he gets cooking, though, Buddy can get as hot as anybody. We've seen that.
Yes.
But off the bench, you can also have one of those, like he misses his first 4 and that's his run, and then he's out for a while, and then gets a second run later. So I'm anxious to see how they use him.
Which player in the NBA is most likely to have a breakout season was another question asked by the general managers.
I don't remember who they had as the number 1 breakout player, but they did have Keegan Murray receiving votes.
And I know a year ago was a long time ago, but I'm relatively sure that Keegan Murray also received votes in the same poll last year. So when you look at him and his career arc, you say, well, what would be a breakout year for Keegan Murray? At this point, I think a breakout year, if Keegan Murray had this year what we would consider a true blue breakout year, let's remember, last year he averaged in his second year 15.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 0.8 of a blocked shot, a steal, 83% from the field. 45% from the field. And the only thing that dropped and didn't increase was his 3-point percentage, in which he shot 36% down from 41. So I think a breakout year from Keegan Murray, unfortunately, that's going to be a little bit more hard to quantify, because I think where Keegan is trending, where I hope he's trending, is a premier 3-and-D guy in the league. In order to be a 3-and-D guy for me, and there's no exact definition, you got to shoot 40% from beyond the arc. You got to have a pretty decent volume, and you've got to be somebody who is at least receiving, at minimum, receiving votes for second and or first team all defense. If you shoot 40% or beyond, and you're taking at least 3-4 threes a game, and you make one of those all defensive teams, you're a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah.
I think that's where he's trending. And I don't think it's out of the realm if he were to say he went from 12 to 15 this year. All right, let's add another 3. If he goes 18 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 3 assists, whatever, and he's shooting 40% from beyond the arc, and he's in that conversation, then that's a breakout year for me.
Yeah, and I think the 15 to 18 jump would have been a lot easier if Harrison Barnes were still here.
You think so?
Yeah, because then I think if the Kings did not make that DeMar DeRozan move, and there was another year of Harrison Barnes, I think they would need Keegan to do that. Now I don't know that they need him to, but if he does, it's a bonus. It's nice. I mean, I think DeRozan's going to score better than Barnes. I don't think that's a crazy statement.
Not at all.
Fox and Sabonis will keep doing what they're doing. If Monk has the same kind of year, I could imagine Herter and Ellis and whoever else they incorporate other guys. So Keegan can still live near that 15, 16 point range and be just as effective. So kind of your point, the big threes that are made and the big baskets that are made and the key defensive stops. I think that to me will be just as valuable as if his point total jumped up without doing those other things.
So do you think ultimately could it go another way?
In which way?
DeRozan, I everything you're saying is 100% logical, and I agree with it when it comes to is Keegan going to have the opportunities. I don't think I agree with you. I don't think he's going to have the same opportunities because there's more mouths to feed now. But is he going to have here's one thing I would all but guarantee, unless he just happens to have a bad year, that 3-point percentage should go up.
He just needs to be more efficient.
That's the thing. I think we're going to be looking at efficiency because he's going to be alone a lot. He's going to be pick your poison. Are you guarding Fox? Are you guarding DeRozan? Are you sloughing off a Sabonis down low? Which, by the way, you're staying on Sabonis down low. Somebody does, which means you stretch the floor. I think we're going to see maybe a little bit more of Keegan hanging out in the corner like we did his rookie year. But I think now he has that blow-by aspect to his game as well a little bit more. I just wonder what it is. Last year it was – he added a little bit of the more aggressive to the basket, more creating his own shot. I'm really curious to see what is Keegan's new toy going to be this year.
Yeah, that'll be fun to see if he has developed that or found that new weapon.
Best power forward. Now, see, here's the thing. I saw their best center votes, and it was Jokic, Embiid, and Wembanyama, I think. And by the way, I don't necessarily disagree with that. But where Sabonis got votes was a power forward. And that actually kind of underlines the whole thing we've talked about. Is I don't know in what world you rank him a power forward when he is a true blue center for this team.
For this team, yeah, and some could argue he should be whatever, but this is what he is for this team. I think Anthony Davis is up there in power forwards.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the Lakers center, but I don't know. You just kind of get labeled where you get labeled, and but Sabonis' gifts. I mean, he had such a good year last year. My goodness, statistically, he was just there every night for this team.
Is this the same poll that had Luka as a point guard and a forward?
Probably, because some guys live in different spots, and you're like, okay, pick a spot for these guys.
Which team made the best offseason moves? Kings got some votes there too.
Okay. Yeah.
We got a break here, but here's a question for you. What about the beam? What is the beam going to be doing? First off, I don't know the answer.
There were improvements last year. I don't know if there are any this year.
Yeah. How is the beam? Beam was not, by the way, beam was conspicuously not at media day. We did put in a request to talk to the beam.
Hard to find.
Very hard to find. Yeah. But
they did come out that night.
The beam came out that night. That's what I'm saying.
The beams come out at night.
The beams come out at night. So I did hear there was a lot of gym time for the beam, and not JIM, GYM. That they put him the beam on. The beam was a little bit, let's just say, in honor of past sponsor, a little girthier last year, if you will. And I think they don't want to get that out of control because there's a big difference. There's a big difference between a beam and a spotlight. So I think there was a little bit of an off-season workout program. But are we going to see the beam in the preseason?
I don't believe there's preseason beam, but I don't know.
Did not have preseason beam last year.
Yeah.
Beam season, yeah, I don't know. So, by the way, the Utah Beams, no.
Don't do it.
What would their version of a beam be for their? Never mind.
You just knew when you were starting that.
I did. Yeah, that's one of them. Hit the button and eject real quick. We'll take a break. When we come back, and by the way,
would be
we have more. We have more of this GM survey coming up. Scurvy R at 9:13. And in the meantime, let's get to 4 Down Territory after a word from Jason Ross and Gonzalez Law next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SackdownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Hey, you just don't know. You never know when this situation may arise. It may present itself to you. You might need some representation on your behalf, and you want to make sure you're prepared. Someone that you can call, someone that you trust, someone that you know is there for your best interest. Well, I can tell you who that is, and they're right here. They're locally. There's someone you can reach, and it's Jonathan Gonzalez. The law office is there in downtown at sacklegaldefense.com. The number is 916-304-9187, and many of you, like you can't watch much TV without seeing a commercial for some sort of law firm. And a lot of times it's like, call this number. We're local. They're not. It's not a local number. That's not a person you're ever going to get to. Jonathan Gonzalez is right in downtown Sacramento. He is one of us. He's in our community, and he wants to help represent you. As because you need to have that representation when you are in a trying time. That experienced defense attorney can really help you and obtain those best possible results, whether it's for an expungement, something that you'd like to get off of your record, whether there's a criminal defense needed, sexual harassment, you've got wrongful termination, auto accidents, all sorts of things can happen and do happen. And at Gonzalez Law, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez did remain undefeated from 2016 through 2019 for jury trials, and this year will be no exception. His case preparation and attitude have resulted in life-changing results for thousands of clients. So you can be the same as well if needed. So again, sacklegaldefense.com, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. The number is 916-304-9187.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you got to see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing strategies that deliver results. On your next campaign, aim higher. Go to aimyourdigital.com and get started today. aimyourdigital.com.
It's 4th and goal. The pressure's on. The home team needs this to win it. No matter what you're up against, it's always a win at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Special finance options and trade-in offers make it easier than ever to upgrade your ride. Because at Stockton Honda, we believe everyone deserves a winning deal.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's L1 report.
Bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
Jason, I have a statistic for you.
Yes.
And I'll share it with everybody else, I guess.
Let him in.
Since the new baseball playoff format started in 2022, teams that have buys in the National League have 0 series wins. The 6th seed has made the World Series both years, Philly and Arizona. And the teams with the buys in the National League are sitting on a 5-16 record. You play 162 games, and your reward is a 5-16 record. Now, the team deserves what they get. They got to win the games, number one. Number two, it's a small sample size, Chris. And number three, it's 162 games. Like, what is the regular season for?
Well, at least that first series, there are 3 home games. I mean, you host all of them. Right? Yeah.
You right?
No, I honestly don't think I am. I don't think I am. I think there's something wrong. 4-down territory. What is that, Jason? Starts right now.
Yeah. Meow.
Yeah, right. Meow.
Do you expect Robert Saleh to be back with the 49ers at some point?
I do. I actually do. I do. I think regardless, I think he'll be back next year. I do. I think there's an outside chance he could be back this year. Saleh put out a statement today, very classy one. Thanks to the Jets, thanks to everybody. And according to, I think it was Schefter reported yesterday, he's going to go on a nice long vacation with the family.
He should.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Get, you know what? And splurge. Get the one of them suites on the cruise ship.
Oh, upgrade?
No, don't do interior.
Is that the best job in sports?
Getting paid. I think
not coach the Jets.
What did I see? I think is it $20,000? It's either $20,000 a day or a week for the next 2 years. He's getting with the Jets. Yeah,
either one.
Imagine getting paid not to be in the same room with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Oh my God!
And Woody Johnson.
I would. You could pay me to not be in the same room as Mr. Rogers. I don't care. $20,000 a day. Let's go. Set the screen.
Give me a week. It doesn't have to be a day.
Doesn't have to be a day.
That's great. Go get a balcony on that cruise.
Get a balcony.
Yeah.
Get a suite. One of them cruise ships where they have like the cordoned off area, so you don't have to be with all the normies.
Like a separate key, like people can't get to your room in that elevator.
Got our own pool. No back hair allowed. Oh God, I forgot. Oh my God, when I was in Cabo at that, it was at the resort.
Yeah,
and it was just like what I talked about. By the way, the guy was incredibly nice. He actually was swimming by him, and I think he was like Italian or something. He's like, "Hello, and a nice day today."
Hello, I am Italian.
Oh, I'm Italian. Hello, hey, come on. Yeah, it was one of those. Dude, I'm not joking. Like, I honestly think it might have been a disability. The hairiest person I've ever, like, when
a hair sweater.
It was honest to God, like he had fur. Like, it wasn't just like like you'll see 100% chewy. You see people that have like
it?
Huh?
You ate it?
It wasn't tender. You see people with like back hair and stuff, and it's in like tufts, and it's like little puffs of hair. This dude straight had jet black hair, like going like cuffed, like you could barely see skin. He wasn't very tan. He was a pretty white dude. It wasn't like it was a dark complected guy. He was I think I'm actually more tan than he was. But then this hair just droops down. And I found myself wondering, like, at some point, and he was probably mid-50s, and it's like, at some point, do you just give up and go, I can't get to that point in my back, and I can't just shave my front, because then what? That looks even weirder. So you just give up?
And that waxing would be
painful. God. Waxing would, he'd lose blood.
Yeah.
Like, anyways, I actually kind of felt, it wasn't, at first it was like, ugh. But then, like, maybe it's because he was nice. I actually felt bad for the dude. Like, he can't help it.
You offered to shave him?
I went out. I was going to go out and buy a few bottles of Nair and fill a kiddie pool up. Just let him get in there, neck down. Speaking of that, question 2, second down.
Great point on Robert Saleh coming back to the Niners.
Yes. Yeah, coming back.
Yeah.
Now that Saleh has got the boot, who do you think will be next?
Got the boot.
Got the boot.
Who do I think will be next for the Jets? Oh, who do I think will be next to get the boot?
The can.
What?
He's getting canned.
He's getting sacked.
Sack lunch.
I mean, something different over here. So it ain't gonna be Mayo with the Patriots. I'm just looking at 1-4 teams. Is it Stefanski with the Browns?
Yeah,
that's probably who I'd say.
He's won Coach of the Year twice in like the last 3 or 4 years. Maybe
No.
Peterson, Jags.
Yeah, Doug Peterson, Stefanski. You can fire the coach with the Panthers. Who cares? It's like rearranging
He just started.
Titanic chairs on the deck. I don't know if that works.
Rearranging them. The
Utah Titanics.
Sure.
We're going down. Nah, that's not going to work. All right. Who do you think is going to be next?
Peterson, maybe. And you look at other people that were maybe on. Who was it in Chicago? Eberflus. I know they've won a couple, but like,
I mean, they're 3-2.
If they all of a sudden are 3-7,
Right.
and you go, we were thinking about it maybe in the offseason. So someone like that also is always to keep a watch on.
Peterson, you owe me an apology. 4th down. Third down. Whatever.
If you're in Cleveland, do you switch from Watson to Whitson? Watson to Winston at quarterback.
Watson, Winston, Watson, Winston.
Winston is Watson. Watson is Winston.
Anyone who's ever gambled, play blackjack, let's say.
I like to play. Give me the scenario.
You're down. And you have to make that decision of, do I invest more and try to turn this around because I'm already committed and I don't want to leave down? Or do I cut my losses? Being down X is a hell of a lot better than being down Y. I think that's where the Browns are right now with Deshaun Watson. Somewhere inside of Deshaun Watson is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. At least it was a couple years ago, and he ain't 35. You know what I'm saying? Or 45. You have to ask yourself, how much of this is directly Deshaun Watson's fault? And how much is it the team around him? You have way too much committed. Now, I'm not denying that Jameis Winston might come in and give this team a punch in the arm. And you also have to make that decision, too. Do we let our season get away? But you can't ignore the fact that you got $200+ million committed to this guy that is guaranteed. And you gave up 2 rookies of the year, offensive and defensive, as we talked about yesterday, plus more to the Houston Texans. I don't know how you cut those losses. You may have to cut the losses eventually, Jason. I don't know if this is the year to do it. I don't know. You have to think about that.
Yeah, and they are in a difficult spot in that sense of what they gave up to get him. Also, I always say you're as good as your options. Winston hasn't been that great lately, but is it time to give him a shot? If you think you were a playoff team a year ago, and if your quarterback is keeping you from doing that, you would bench a running back, you'd bench a receiver, you'd bench a lineman if they weren't performing to the level that they're expected to for someone else. So it shouldn't be dealt with any other way than that.
We'll take a break. But before we do, we'll get to 4th down.
How concerned will you be about San Francisco if they lose tomorrow in Seattle?
Very. I will be. I'll be very concerned. At that point, you're 2-4, and you have 2 choices, assuming they win or lose. I know you like ties. You either are in first place by reason of the tiebreaker, or you're 3 games behind Seattle because of the tiebreaker.
Yeah, and you lost to everyone in your division.
That's right.
Everybody, people may have said you may not be the 1 seed, but people said you were winning your division, and you lost to all of them.
Be very concerned. And by the way, going up to Seattle against that team in
Short
that
week.
situation on Thursday Night Football, short week, that ain't easy.
Not at all.
As a matter of fact, Jason Ross, we do have to break here, but I'm really curious about this. Part 2, Chris Rillard, please play. Tomorrow night, who is favored by how much in Seattle? Kickoff at 5:15, Amazon Prime. Jason, you went second last time?
Seattle 2.5.
Ooh, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to say Seattle 1.5.
Seattle 1.5. Seattle 2.5. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, psych, we don't have a correct answer. In fact, you're both off and neither of you get points. Neither of you even closer, even though mathematically you are. The San Francisco 49ers are 3.5-point favorites. That does surprise me a little bit. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, we'll go streaking and more. Jason and Chris, they've got some streaks. Can I get on the board? We'll do that right after this.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Meet Cheryl. Hey, she's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance-class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
True fans of the game should pick up a copy of The Match, the day the game of golf changed forever, written by Mark Frost, who also wrote The Greatest Game Ever Played. The book was published more than 10 years ago, but it tells the true story of a remarkable round of golf played by legendary professionals Ben Hogan and Byron Nelson against two of the sport's greatest amateurs, Ken Venturi and Harvey Ward. Hogan, who avoided playing with amateurs at all costs, was hoodwinked into playing by Eddie Lowry, Francis Ouimet's diminutive caddy, who at that point was a successful San Francisco businessman. The match, with its many wagers, was set to be played at Cypress Point Club, and although the exciting 18 holes unfold with each turn of a page, it's the backstory of each of the players that makes the words come alive. My friend Ken Venturi, the last survivor of that foursome, told me it was a dream match, and so good even fiction couldn't touch it. It's a fabulous read. For Golf to Go, I'm Frank LaRosa.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's October does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Who's hot?
You're asking me now?
I am asking you now. Who is hot?
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, he is.
He's hit 4 home runs this postseason and has not struck out once. The only other player in Major League Baseball to have 4 more home runs and no strikeouts over any 5-game span in the postseason was...
I don't know.
Lou Gehrig. Oh. Thought you would have got that one.
I forgot when I was covering him. Okay, that's impressive. How about who's not?
The LA Dodgers.
Okay.
Last night, the Padres, I don't know why I worded that way. Last night, the Dodgers hit a grand slam.
Yeah.
Did not allow any scoring after the second inning and only allowed 1 inning, which the Padres scored. They are the first team in Major League Baseball history to do all of that and still lose, regular or postseason.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's not great.
No.
Hey.
They dodged that win.
Ha ha! Suckers! So I actually feel sorry for Dodger fan, and I'll tell you why.
No, you don't.
Yeah, no, I don't. Not at all.
Yeah.
I have no reasons. Besides,
you know a lot of them.
They've already, I do.
I feel sorry for a couple of my cousins. They're
just in general, or they're Dodger fans?
They're Dodger fans.
Oh, okay.
You're local,
but they're good
man.
ones, though.
Yeah. Is that a good Dodger fan? I mean, one of my best friends is a Dodger fan. He was at the game 2, the one that they lost. I actually took
Remember when you went to that Dodger playoff game and sat on TV where everybody could see you?
Same guy, same better seats.
And I mean,
but
the Giants are playing, so that makes sense.
What was it? I think it was Dodgers Cardinals.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was. I'll tell you exactly what happened. The guy had he had one of his friends fell through, not like through a bridge. Couldn't go at the last minute, and he's like, "Hey, dude, game's in like 2 hours. You want to go?
Want to go?
You want to go, bro?" It's like I got behind home plate, like second row. I'm like, it could have been the Dodgers and the Utah hockey team.
That'd have been a weird game.
That would have been a weird game. Maybe very entertaining, though. I mean, I'm not turning that down. If you had let me ask you this. You got a national championship. Buddy calls you. He's like, dude, I got seats at the 50-yard line. It's USC versus Texas.
Okay.
You're going.
Yeah.
Of course
with
you're
my
going. Texas
gear.
Yeah. That was the one rule because he knows I hate the Dodgers. He's like, dude, you just can't wear any Giants gear. You can't root against the Dodgers. I was like, I can, I'll root against them in turn. Remember remember Major League when the GM was like clapping and then the owner lady looked at him and he sat down and he just kind of did a little quiet fist pump. That was me. Little quiet fist pumps.
Okay.
Although the Dodgers did win that game, so not a lot of fist pump.
Maybe that's why they're not doing so well this
because I'm not there.
Because you're not there.
Dodger, I'm fine with that. Dodger magic charm, lucky charm.
Out. Yeah.
Let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking.
All right, Jason Ross.
All right.
You guys have streaks. I'd like to know what that's like. I want to know what streak is, and I want you to show me. Foreigner, 1985. One of the, I'll say it. I don't even care. I want to know what Love Is by Foreigner is one of the greatest songs of all time in any genre. Argue with your mama. I don't care. One of the great, it has everything. It has vocals. It has musical bacon. That's a choir. It's thematic. It's an anthem.
Gets you in your feels.
Just gets you right in your feels. It's timeless. I wonder what happened to that song if it was released today. Like if you could erase it from memory, like in that one movie, and then this brand new band, Foreigner, came out in 2024.
Yeah, would that do anything?
Would it do anything at all? I don't think it would.
Too long.
The song?
Title
Yeah.
what?
Song's too long.
Yeah.
Needs to be like 2:49.
I actually wanted it to be longer.
Yeah.
Also, let's go straight.
All right. Dave was at 0. I'm at 3, and Chris was at 2 going into yesterday. So let's see. Let's start with you, Dave. You took, and you and Chris took the same player. This was a good selection because you guys took Fernando Tatis Jr.
Oh, did he? I mean,
did he do anything? We might have an audio treat.
Let me see. Did he strike out? Did something?
He got it 4 times.
Something happened.
Here's the 0-2. And Tatis sends it in the air. Deep to left field. Hernandez is back. Looking up. Gonna go. 2-run homer. Fernando Tatis Jr. And it is a 6-run second inning.
2-run homer.
So he went 1 for 4. You both got a hit. Dave, you're at 1. Chris is at 3. I was at 3 trying to get to 4. I took Trey Turner of the Phillies. Phillies didn't get that many hits.
No.
Trey Turner got it 3 times. Trey Turner got 1 hit.
Trey
Turner. So our playoff streak, Dave at 1, Chris at 3, me at 4.
Somebody's bringing up the Scorpions. I'm not gonna say anything bad about. I'm not gonna say what I say is I'm bad about the Scorpions.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I no.
I thought you were saying that for the Utah hockey team.
No, for Foreigner.
What about Foreigner?
I don't know. He says Lady Starlight of the Scorpions is much a better ballad than anything Ferner did. I think he meant Foreigner. Ferner. Hey, I like that Ferner
No,
song.
I think we're back to Salt Lake Scorpions.
Salt Lake Scorpions. Do they have Scorpions in Utah?
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
Don't have any shit.
Hey, you know what I think their motto could be? Stingers up.
Get over here.
Right? Get over here. That's a Mortal Kombat thing, and I hate that I know the reference, and I hate more that it's funny. That's not even the best Scorpions ballad, stupid. It's Still Loving You. Still loving. Why do I do that? I just set myself up.
There are around 9 species of scorpions.
Hey, there you go.
How about the Salt Lake 9 scorpions?
Why 9?
Because there are 9
species.
Oh, God. All right. Who are we picking today?
Who are you picking today? 8 teams available, 4 games.
I got a feeling
That tonight's
gonna be. Here's the problem. My first instinct is to pick Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
That's just the name that popped into my head. The problem is I don't want anybody on the Dodgers to do well. So I'm gonna break it down, since we're in the playoffs, to 2 choices that I refuse to pick in the regular season. And they're both playing today. Do I go with All Rise? Or do I go with Arise?
I have one of them written down for me already.
Yeah,
one of those 2.
I think I'm going to match up with you then. I'm going to go with the Sacramento native. I'm going to go with Aaron Judgmentino, which is his full name.
Aaron Judgmentino.
Yeah, that's
Linden.
Born in Sacramento.
Mm.
No, not
debatable.
He's born in it's not. It's
Not debatable.
He was
Factual.
born in Sacramento. Yeah. It's not debatable.
The name I have down is Luis Arias.
Oh, really? Circle gets not the square. I was wrong.
Yeah, I will take Manny Machado.
Oh,
they call him Manny Machado. He was good friends with former Sacramento King Rajon Rondo. That's all I got, dude.
He hit a home run in Colorado.
I know. That's bad. It's a lot better. We'll take a break. When we come back, I know we are. We've got the whole break to think. He's not a snack.
He's an avocado.
One time he visited the hills of El Dorado. We'll be right back after this. We're idiots.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. How are you celebrating Jeep Adventure Days?
By helping you save up to $16,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs. Plus, a lifetime of savings at the pump with 56 MPGE.
Oh, wow, that's huge savings, especially as gas prices seem to be going up and up again.
But that's not it. We have over 200 quality used cars available and 46 under $20,000 at the new Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter in historic downtown Woodland.
If you need a vehicle, new or used, your first stop needs to be at Hoblet. You won't find bigger savings on a better selection of vehicles anywhere. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$16,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs after $4,750 dealer discount and $11,250 factory and federal rebates. Rebates include $7,500 national retail consumer cash and $3,750 federal EV tax credit, subject to third-party terms and availability. Consult a tax professional for details. At least least 5% savings. See dealer for details.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Fall's right around the corner, and there's no better way to experience nature and everything that Northern California has to offer than in a Jeep. And right now, it's Jeep Adventure Days at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And they've got the deals and selection for you. From sales to service, they're going to prove to you why they deserve your business. Their GM, Chuck Dean, he has this talent of not only getting you the best deal in town, but he also is able to build an inventory that other dealers are jealous of. SacSuperstore.com and located off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
What would it take for a plumbing company to earn your trust? Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And let's face it, plumbing and service companies don't always have the best reputation.
So to earn your trust, the first thing they'd have to do is actually answer the phone when you call with a real live person. Then they'd have to send a plumber when you needed them, day or night, without charging extra for emergency services.
A trustworthy plumber would show up on time, wearing a clean uniform and name badge, and be able to show that they had passed a background check and drug test.
A plumber you could trust would give you a firm quote on the job before starting and clean up after they finish the job.
That's exactly the plumber you'll get when you call Bell Brothers. A plumber you can trust. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right. It's time for Niners at 9. That moment of truth each and every Wednesday. Our Sacktown Sports 49ers Insider Dave is ready to go. Emil Fergoso.
Emil Fergoso. He's ready to go.
With that full beard.
Full beard. Yeah. Emil. What's up, man?
Nice of you to join us, Dave. See you coming in on the stream a little late there. Come on, Dave.
Can I be honest? You know what I was doing? And I haven't said this all day, so I should say this. This is honestly why because I was in the stairwell. I have this app on my phone called Earth Cams. It's actually a really cool app. It's free, and it's basically it's video cameras around the world. Like, hey, here's an elephant museum in Thailand. Here's Hawaii on the beach. Here's Wrigley Field, Abbey Road crossing. Like there's like hundreds of these cameras that you can just pop in on, and they're all, not like webcams. They're all public, and usually like landmarks and stuff, Times Square, stuff like that. I've been watching this morning the cams in Florida, Sarasota, Tampa, Fort Myers. Just we haven't said it yet, but man, if you're watching, you're looking at the numbers on Hurricane Milton. They just got over, was it Ike? I forget, a couple of years ago in that same area. You've got weather forecasters, people on TV getting emotional talking about it. And there's this one, I know it's Niners at 9, sorry. There's this one story. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's this, I don't know, guy in his 50s, 60s, it's tough to tell. They're calling Lieutenant Dan. That's what they're calling him. And he seems like a perfectly nice gentleman. He's decided to not evacuate and stay on his boat for the duration of the hurricane. And so they're getting like updates from him now. He's almost like in this weird world we live in. He's like this mini celebrity. And I find myself, I'm like, God, dude, get out of there. Also, I'm really rooting for him to, make it. But it's just a sad scene. And so I've been kind of watching the cameras, just seeing, and it's supposed to hit, I believe, tonight, tomorrow, and then
so scary.
Yeah, they're talking 12-foot storm surge, which if you don't understand 12, there's some really good models out there that are that show now CGI and all that what a 9-foot storm surge looks like, much less a 12-foot. So if you have friends out there, you have family out there, obviously you know about it. I have a lot of family out there, so just I don't want to. It sounds so stupid. Be like, shout out to but they're in our thoughts, and that's what I was doing instead of my job. Anyways, there's no good segue out of here, Emil. Here we are, another loss.
Yeah,
another loss. I'll ask you the same question I asked Matt Barrows. Is Kyle Shanahan has 18 blown leads as a 49ers head coach. I'm sure you know the stat when leading by 10 or more in the second half of the fourth quarter. He has 18. Second place is Bill Walsh, and I forget who tied at 8. Is this a thing with Kyle Shanahan that is legit, or are we just being a victim of circumstance and numbers here?
No, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing now. I don't think it's just circumstance and whatnot. This is definitely something again, if you have enough games to encapsulate an entire NFL season where this has happened, I think it's not circumstance. It's a thing that they need to overcome. And unfortunately, Niners have had 2 happen already in the first 5 weeks. And here we are. They're 2-3 on the 2024 season. They're still somehow in striking distance of the NFC West because of the Seahawks blunder against the Giants late in week 5. But realistically, and I think we can all admit this, they should be 4-1. They should be 4-1 right now. They should not be 2-3. They all know it. They all are not pointing the finger at each other, but they're all just like, man, what the hell happened? We had both those games, both on the road in Los Angeles at Levi's South, SoFi Stadium, as well as here last week in the heat, in the Arizona heat that was brought to California, it seems, because the Cardinals had their way. And not only that, the Cardinals used the Niners game plan against them in the second half and ran the ball down their throat, and they played Niners football, and they beat the Niners with it. And that can't happen. That just can't happen when it comes to a team that's trying to have Super Bowl aspirations again this year, and a team that, frankly, is better than that, or at least the players around there are better than that. I've seen this through and through, and yet it's happened 2 weeks in a row, and no one can quite put their finger on it, except for it's just a weird vibe in that locker room right now.
And Emil, you've been bringing this up for a while, and I think you're spot on. You just mentioned it again about how well the Cardinals ran on the 49ers, specifically in that second half. No matter who's injured, no matter if they have a bad break or this happens or turnovers, if they can't consistently stop the run, that's where they were always so good for those years. It was like they were just dominant on defense, good enough on offense. Now I think they've got a better offense overall, but the defense, it's just not as spectacular. It's not a scary defense. It's good, but it's not intimidating to me anymore like it used to be. How do you think they can get better at stopping the run to give them the best chance to win these games?
Playing more cohesively as a unit. I mean, on the second play of the game, you saw Kyler Murray get loose for a 50-yard, rushing touchdown on a speed option. It's
with
pretty
the piece out at the 43-yard line, Emil. The piece out at 43, dude.
I was there. I watched him point. He called his shot. I'm from the press box watching that happen. Like, he's going to go all the way. He's coming, because as soon as it happened, that hole opened up like the Red Sea, and literally Talanoa Funga comes down the chute too quickly. Fred gets caught in the middle of the lineman. Devondre Campbell can't get off his block quick enough. And Kyler Murray, who, yes, he isn't as fast as he was in college, but that guy still clocked a 22-mile-an-hour speed going down. And Kyler Murray, good to see him be fully healthy, but not at the expense of the 49ers, because that stuff that doesn't happen like in years past. Like Jason mentioned, the Niners are good at run defense, but because of the interchangeable parts, because of all the injuries, they lost Javon Hargrave. Javon Kinlaw's not there anymore. Eric Armstead, one of their staples in the run game, not there anymore. They're trying to figure it out as they go. The Niners are now both 9th in passing yards allowed and 9th in rushing yards allowed this season. So I wouldn't even categorize them as a good defense this year. They're a bottom 3rd defense this year. That's what the numbers say right now. The Niners are showing it in that second half because you have a team where you're up 13 points at half. You have a team against the Rams where you're up by another 2-score lead at the half, and you blow it because of just a couple of drives that get out of hand. And those that just can't happen for the Niners and going on this run. And unfortunately, now they're out of this easy part of the stretch. At least we thought was going to be an easier part of the stretch, and they have a tougher stretch coming up in the middle of these months coming up. And so they have to change something really quickly. I wrote about it this week on SacktownSports.com, how the Niners are really in an identity crisis right now. They don't know who they are. They think the standard of the Niners football is just going to carry them to it, but maybe they're just expecting it to happen without doing the work or putting it in, because it seems like they get so close to getting these wins. We're gonna pull away. We're gonna get up by 3 scores, and then for whatever reason, they let them crawl back in. And it's happened twice now to 2 NFC West opponents who, frankly, aren't as good as them, are not as talented as them, and yet here we are.
Emil Fregoso, Sacktown Sports 49er Insider. So inevitably, we're heading into this part of the season. It's the Niners' yearly swoon.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, although earmarked for other things, they strangely have the most cap space in the NFL. So, Emil, when are we going to see the inevitable John Lynch midseason trade? And do you have in the back of your head, and no, I don't is a perfectly acceptable answer. It's kind of an unfair question, but is there anybody in the back of your head that you see he might be targeting?
Yeah, any pass rusher that's on a team that's not going to make the playoffs could be on John Lynch's radar, I think, for any pass rusher, any defensive tackle, any edge player, remember the secondary right now, the secondary is pretty banged up too with all the injuries they have. It's hard to pinpoint exactly who it could be. I know Calais Campbell is a name that we have thrown around with the Miami Dolphins because of the obvious, hey, you need a quarterback. We have a couple, and we need a veteran Calais Campbell who could do good work for us. But I could see a trade like that happening, Dave. Last year they traded for Chase Young for a conditional 3rd-round pick. Something like that could absolutely come about. But the word is out on the Niners, I think, right now that they're not as good as they were of years past. And teams have been reluctant to do deals with them because they don't want to make the superpower even more super. And I think teams are looking at it like, hey, even if you are giving us additional compensation, we don't want to give you a chance to make our lives hell down the road in the playoffs. And so I think it's going to be hard sledding to get certain value for John Lynch this year in the trade market. But again, anything can happen. I know different rumors were thrown around with different superstars here and there. I think we should stay away from the superstars. We should focus on the guys who can contribute on the field and can have instant impact on a lesser scale.
Emil, how about the game tomorrow? So it's a quick turnaround. We talk about the importance of this for the Niners. If we look at it from Seattle's side, they started 3-0, and people questioned the quality of wins, but they won. They were 3-0. Last 2 weeks, they've lost to the Lions, and then last, as you mentioned, to the Giants. So, they're thinking, heck, if we win at home, we're really doing some damage to the Niners.
Yep.
If not, the Niners are right back in this thing at the top of the division. So kind of from each perspective, like what are your thoughts on just this early in the season, but it feels like a really big game.
Yeah, Nick Bosa kind of said it yesterday in the locker room. It's not a must-win game, because a must-win game, you go home if you lose, but it really kind of feels like a must-win game for the Niners. And then on vice versa with Seattle, they're thinking, hey, we're going to go 2 games up in the NFC West, and then they, lose in a pretty heartbreaking fashion on a blocked field goal to the New York Giants without Malik Neighbors out there on offense and Daniel Jones dicing them up all day. So this is a Seahawks team that's going to be pretty frustrated, going to be pretty angry on a short week at home, and is going to want to get one up on the Niners, who have come in the last few years and taken care of business against the Seahawks. So I think it's going to be a very tasty matchup. I can see it going in different ways, absolutely. And I think the Niners will come out and play better football than they did against the Cardinals. But, I was on Return to the Empire yesterday with Nate Littlefield doing that.
We get it. You're on multiple shows, Emil. Okay.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that.
Go ahead.
My train of thought. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You were on Return of the
Yes.
Roar.
Yeah, Return to the Empire. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, speaking of Return of the Roar, speaking of the Kings, this Niners season reminds me of the Kings 2023-24 roller coaster season last year, honestly, where 1 week they're getting beaten out by the Pelicans by 20 points. Next week you're going to beat a team on prime time by 10. Then a couple of days later you're almost losing to the Spurs, and then just the ups and downs of this season has really been reminiscent of the Kings last year. And I keep thinking, looking at this Niner team, thinking, can you pick a lane and stick to it? Are you good or are you not? Because that's kind of where we're at right now going into week 6. Are you good or you're not? I get it. Injuries, not having McCaffrey, not being cohesive on both ends of the football. But where is the sticking point for this Niner team? And hopefully it'll be this week. Hopefully this week against Seattle, they'll turn it around. But if you told me they beat Seattle by 2 touchdowns, I believe you. If you told me they lost by 2 touchdowns, I'd also believe you right now.
Last thing for you. Talanoa Hufanga comes back from the ACL and promptly tears ligaments in his wrist. He's out a month.
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey, Dre Greenlaw,
Jake Moody.
Jake Moody. Yeah. Is there any good injury news at all for the Niners?
Well, Ricky Pearsall seems to be on his way back. Not this week, but it looks like he will be activated off of IR after this week. The only reason why they didn't seem to do it this week because there is no official practice because it's a short week. And so they're going to give him the extra days to kind of do his thing and then open his practice window starting potentially next week, it looks like. And that'll be a nice needed boost for them. And then besides that, though, Dave, I hate to keep pouring salt in the wound, but man, they just can't get out of their own way with the injury luck. I mean, losing Yetur Gross-Matos to knee surgery now is a heartbreaking one for this team. It was already pretty top heavy. Hufanga tearing his wrist the same week after coming back from spraining his ankle at practice, a week after coming back from a torn ACL. I mean, these guys can't catch a break. They can't catch a break. But on top of that, this is a really great opportunity to see the young bucks of the defense do their thing. Malik Mustafa, their third-round safety, absolutely was phenomenal, I think, against the Arizona Cardinals. And I think he's going to do a really good job against the Seahawks. And I'm very excited to see him play alongside Jair Brown. So while the injury news is not wonderful for the Niners, it's a chance to see how the young guys do and a lot of the rookies do. And I think this class has the potential to be one of the best under the Shanahan-Lynch era.
It's like when we go on vacation, Jason. It's always nice to see what the young guys like Emil can do. The up-and-comers, the future pro bowlers, if you will. Emil Fregoso writes for SacktownSports.com. Make sure you check that out on your home of the Niners, Sacktown Sports. He is at pretty much every practice, pretty much every game.
He's everywhere.
He is everywhere. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's not a snack. He's Emil. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week, brother.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
You too. Take care. All right, we will take a break. AA pops up in the chat. Niner fans been real quiet. Well, 2 things. Number one, when you start basing fandom on noise, okay. Secondly,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Well, they're not loud. They're not talking in the chat or on social media. What do you want? It's called expectations are higher, buddy. There ain't nothing to talk about right now except getting wins. So let's just pipe down and stay at the kids' table. Secondly, if you're a Raider fan, there ain't no room to talk right now. And I'm not even talking garbage, man. They lost who they lose?
In the
surgery.
D-line?
Yeah, Wilkins. God, man, that's they're. Look, I want to win that bet. I don't want the bet due to injury. You know, that's a sad situation going on right now out there in Vegas. We'll take a break. When we come back, the NBA GM survey part 2. Jason Rutt's got the numbers for you next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Now that fall is here, now is the perfect time to head to Stockton and check out a new Mercedes-Benz. I had the opportunity just last week to drive an all-new S-Class 550, and let me tell you, it was a sweet ride. The moment I hopped in, I felt like I was in a world of luxury. From the steering wheel to the seat cooling and even the power of the engine, I was impressed. And then, of course, when I hopped into my Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV, I felt the same thing. So hurry in and take advantage of the Mercedes-Benz incentive bonuses
up to $15,000. And they have tons of pre-owned vehicles as well, including C-Class sedans, GLC SUVs, and a whole lot more. Take it from me, you won't be disappointed. So take the short drive down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or online at mbofstockton.com.
It's the Big Sky home opener for the Sacramento State Hornets this Saturday. 6 p.m. kickoff versus Eastern Washington. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Story on ESPN.com right now. Barry Switzer's almost 90, but he still runs Norman, Oklahoma. Golly.
Norman.
Woof. Almost 90. Yike. Not yikes, just one yike. That's old.
Yike.
Coming up still for all y'all, back in 10 minutes, it's a Spooky Chris Fright Night Spooky Stories brought to you by
This one's spooky.
Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
I guarantee I will give both of you guys a new fear.
Uh-oh.
I don't like new fears. I like old fears.
I like Tears for Fears.
Wait, isn't there an athlete? It's Mike Fears, the pitcher? Fires.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of old pitchers, good for Sean Mania.
Yeah, he
Good
was
to see
great
him.
yesterday.
I gotta be honest with you, Sean. We've talked to Sean before. He's a good dude.
Last time in training camp, I think we saw him in spring training.
Yeah, we did, and he was with the A's. He was the perennial Nerf basketball champion. This is the dumbest things I wonder about, but him playing baseball, it is not wintertime. Dude, how flipping hot is it in his hat? He has so much hair.
Yeah.
He's basically he's like a giant hair with a little face in it. Like, how hot is that? And it's not like adjustable where you can like put a little ponytail out the back. He just throws it, like pulls it on like a yarmulke, a full-headed yarmulke, and he has all this hair coming out. And then it's like 102 in Texas in July with humidity. He's just got to be a sopping mess. I honestly, I feel
for him.
Well, I do and I don't, because he knows what it's not like he accidentally grew his hair out for years.
Right.
He could shave it down. He doesn't want to. I respect that.
Likes the hair flowing out of the hat.
Out of the hat.
Yeah.
GM surveys. Jason Ross was able to get a hold of one of these surveys exclusively, and we covered some of that at 8:13. You can check that out at YouTube, and just subscribe, listen, do your thing. GM survey part 2, though. We'll start with this. Which player acquisition will make the biggest impact? Kings had to be on this one.
They were, as DeMar DeRozan received votes for that one. I think it was Paul George was number one, but there's DeMar DeRozan getting votes, but not finishing in a place like he did for the next one. As far as the next question was, most surprising move, DeRozan to the Kings finished third.
Okay, I mean,
that did kind of come out of nowhere for some, right?
Yeah, we did.
Especially if we think here, what were you talking about at that time? Who was being mentioned? Ingram, Kuzma.
Yeah, those were the big two.
I feel like there was a third one.
Ingram, Kuzma, Giannis.
No.
Ingram, Kuzma. You're right. There was a third.
From Utah.
Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, it was kind of being talked about.
And didn't Walker Kessler get in there for like 5 minutes?
I think you put him in there.
I think I did too. You're right.
And Ben Simmons.
Well, always Ben. Yeah. Oh, did you see his debut last night?
What'd he do?
Did you see what he did last night? Haters. Y'all should listen to old Carmichael Dave on the road against the Clippers.
Oh, into a dome?
Yeah. 13 minutes. 2 points. 3 assists. 2 rebounds. A steal. 0 turnovers. Jason, per 39.
He's back.
per 39. That is 6, 9, and 6 with 3 steals. Think the Kings could use that right now? I think they could. What's the most surprising move according to the NBA GMs? Where'd the Kings rank there? Because DeMar DeRozan had to be surprising, like you said.
Yes. So he in that one on their list, he did finish third.
All right, biggest steal of the draft. Okay, well, I don't know. The Kings were picking in the lottery, so
yeah,
and, that he's hurt. I imagine they're not on this list.
No, they are. In fact, where they were drafting, they put Devin Carter as a tie for first.
You're kidding.
No. So they obviously have a high opinion based on where he was drafted and when he's available to take the court. I'm anxious to see him. I really am.
Well, that actually makes me simultaneously happy and sad. Happy because, yeah.
They might have got some great value. Sad because he's not going to be available for a while.
Yeah, sad because, since we're probably not going to, if we see him this year at all, it'll be quite late in the season.
Yeah, how about best international player not in the NBA, a name you would know?
I'm going to go with Bojan Marinovic.
Sasha Vezenkov.
No, that's not even his name, Bojan Marinovic. Sasha Vezenkov
is the best international player not in the league.
Wow, what does that say? I mean, no offense.
You were not impressed by him.
I was not impressed with this performance. No.
Best home court advantage, not the Kings, but they did finish 6th on this voting.
What 5 teams have a better home court advantage than the Sacramento Kings?
NBA.com GM survey. I don't know who they would have said. Maybe Denver.
When you consider last year,
altitude,
they were 2 games better at home than on the road. When you consider the year before, they were 2 games worse than they were on the road. When you consider the year before that, they were 2 games better at home, and the year before that, they were 1 game better at home.
The Kings?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Wow. Do the Kings have the hey, Jason, a question for another day. Do the Kings have the most overrated home court advantage in the NBA?
And also they asked fastest with the ball.
Well, I know it used to be a between Russ and De'Aaron, and then I think John Morant showed up in there. Who got it this year?
It was De'Aaron.
Yeah,
De'Aaron number 1
Good.
on that one.
Good.
And a player you'd like to take the last shot, DeMar DeRozan, did not win that, but he did receive it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Even though De'Aaron's also won the clutch award.
You know who did not get votes in there, weirdly enough? Harrison Barnes.
No.
No.
He had a couple of game winners.
Yeah, he did.
Harrison Barnes was on the list of active players that could be most likely to be a coach.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think Chris Paul won that, but then it was Barnes.
No, I agree with that. That's right. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, let's look at what to watch.
Okay.
Because today,
lots.
As I said earlier, this is a phenomenal sports day. We'll get to it next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And while cars do need wheels, they also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Where do you go when you need someone to represent you? For me, you want someone that is local and that you can actually get to and talk with. There are plenty of big branded lawyers out there with the name, but you never get to talk to them. So go to SACLegalDefense.com and connect with the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. He's local, he'll represent you, and he'll have your back. Whether it's expungements, wrongful termination, when you're in a spot when you need legal help, call the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at 916-304-9187.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get ready to hit the gas on the best power tool deals of the year at Fasteners Tool Outlet. We're revving up the savings with our full throttle one-day DeWalt sale in Sacramento on October 12th only. We are slashing prices on a huge selection of DeWalt power tools like cordless drills, saws, combo kits, and more at costs you won't believe. Get better tools for better prices only at Fasteners Inc., Sacramento's top destination for DeWalt tools. Again, that's October 12th only on Power and Road. For more info, go to fastenersinc.net.
When it comes to fighting for families and protecting kids, no one works harder than our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover. A member of the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus, Hoover has worked across party lines and proposed tougher penalties for fentanyl crimes, stricter sentences for drug trafficking near schools, and RILA's law to make sure anyone who abuses a child is held accountable. A former school board member, Josh has fought to support school police officers, prohibit homeless encampments near schools, and increase funding for school facilities. Josh Hoover knows that families have been paying more for everything from gas and groceries to utilities and insurance. In the Assembly, Josh is working to provide relief to families, reduce the cost of housing, and stop Gavin Newsom from raising gas prices even more next year. Josh Hoover is making a difference for our families, our community, and our future. Our voice, our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover.
Paid for by Hoover for Assembly 2024.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Just saw a clip on Bryson DeChambeau's YouTube channel. He decided to tee off with a putter just to see what he could do with a putter.
The game of golf.
How far to go, Jason?
210.
Christopher Lott.
220.
It went straight. It was in the fairway. It ended up at exactly 280 yards.
That's stupid.
That's just stupid. That is just stupid. I'm all for pros are better than Joes and all the years of, I get it. I understand that. 280 with a putter. It's like cheating somehow. Like something's going on, man. Let's say a fake putter. I would tee off every shot if I could hit 250 straight with a putter.
Yeah.
How funny would that be? You're playing with people.
Like, what are you using?
Putter. She's using a putter.
You putt with your driver.
You drive with your putter. Mm-hmm. All right. What do we want to do here? We got to get Spooky Chris time, but we also want to show Jason something. Chris, you grab the wheel here. What do you want to do?
Well, Jason, are you prepared to watch it or no?
Yes. Hang on. Let me make sure I have it here.
We're going to do this so we're going to do it so everybody else can see as well. Is that what we're doing?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're on the YouTube, you can see it. You can hear it. If you're listening, this is what are we doing here? This is a clip of the guy, right? That we talked about.
Yes.
Okay. So this is John Gruden on his TikTok.
Oh, it sounds like Jason is watching.
Yeah.
He is watching. Okay. All right. So I'll let you roll it when you're ready here.
First, let me get this out of the way.
Whoops.
Okay. And we are ready.
Okay. And we're ready. All right. Here you go, everybody.
You know, when I was calling plays, I just loved it when our quarterback shredded the defense. I mean, just ripped them. That's what has me feeling really nicey. Like watching Jared Goff go 18 for 18, 292 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Got me feeling nicey.
I couldn't do that pregame warm-up. Ho! Jaden Daniels, just a rookie. 26 out of 30, 87%, 231 yards. He rushes for 47. He's doing everything. Shredded, baby. Ho! CJ Stroud, 345 yards, brings the Texans back, wins it at the buzzer. Shred him, Stroud. Baker Mayfield, coming off a tough loss, 345 yards in the hot, humid Tampa Bay weather. Heat them up, Mayfield. Keep shredding them, baby. Woo! Sam Darnold. Who'd have thought the Vikings would be 4-0? 275 yards, 3 touchdowns. Go to Lambeau Field and win again, baby. Keep it rolling, Sam. Shred them. Woo!
Knock if you're with me.
Is that?
He's a character, dude.
Why does he have to look so psycho?
I don't know, but he does. We need to isolate, by the way, the hoods, and then anytime it's something with him saying shreds, because we've already got a mayor of Shredville. Is he the VP of Shredville? Is he the general of Shredville?
Is that the scary story? I didn't know what it was going to be when you told me to wait, but oh man,
I just want the beat drop and the dee, 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 dee. Huh. I think that could come in handy on the show quite a bit.
Yeah,
that honestly, I think, Chris, if you can put that together, just the beat drop and the dee, 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 and then Gruden going, huh, right? Which I think you'd have to get the song separate because he talks over it. So get the song, let it go, and then throw in his huh in there. I think you could do that. That's actually, like sometimes I'll be talking about like, oh, and 3 grandmas died in the car crash. And then I try to go into like,
got me feeling nice,
right? Like then I have to transfer into like the Kings playing preseason.
Right.
All those times when we don't have a transition, I think that's the transition.
Okay.
And a truckload of puppies went over the cliff. You can donate here at truckloadoffuppiesOverthecliff.gov. Da, 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 da. Huh! What to watch? Kings Preseason.
It's better already.
Honestly, is. We don't even have it put together yet. I know that I'm always going off the rails anytime Simone's in the studio, and then she just turns around and gives me the Jim Halpert look like she is right now off The Office. Just kind of turns around like, wait, did that? Like she's 10 feet away from me, but she has to turn around to actually, is this happening right now?
It is.
Are you saying this? Kings preseason tonight. Here's your schedule, everybody. It's a Get Fat Wednesday because all you need is just some foods. Ooh, Spam Risk.
Yeah, do you know them?
When I think of Spam Risk, I think about when we brought back from Hawaii a can of jalapeno Spam, and we had it with breakfast. That was a Spam Risk.
That was some risk.
And you know what? Let me just tell you, pal, it didn't pay off. I mean, it paid off, but not in any of the ways you want.
No reward, just risk.
Look, it ain't no reward I want ever again. That's for a gall darn sure. Here's what you got going on, ladies and gentlemen. You have about 2.5 hours, and then
it's on.
It's on. We'll start with Cleveland, Detroit. This time, by the way, this just in, according to Shams Charania, it's for real.
Yeah, he's an insider.
Insider now. Phillies and Mets at 2:08.
Could be an elimination game.
It
is an elimination.
It is an elimination game.
Could be eliminated or not.
Don't know, but it's an elimination game. Followed by 4:08. These are all 2 hours apart. Who's your favorite team?
Yankees
versus the Royals with cheese. And then 6:08. 2 hour blocks here. Dodgers, Padres at 7:30 on ESPN. Kings, Warriors, opening It is just a day to clear out and do nothing but sports. And I'm looking at my calendar personally, just kind of set the stage here. 4 p.m. Melissa's got a game. I got to take Mason to soccer practice at 4:15 because she's got a game. I have to pick him up at 6, and then I have a dinner that I have to be at 5:30.
You have to pick him up at 6, but you have a dinner you have to be at 5:30.
Ooh, that's a great point. Yeah, that's what's in the calendar. Uh-oh.
Conflict.
Might have to move the dinner forward. Back. Move it back. Back
and
back.
to the left.
And to the left.
Yeah.
All right. Chris, are you ready to scare some people?
We interrupt this program for an important announcement.
It's that time of the day where Chris Verlaud gives you the stories that you need to hear. Or maybe not. It's story time. Halloween.
Let's go.
This story from New York, New York. Place so nice, they named it twice.
That's right.
Other name is Manhattan.
Oh, Chris, hey, look, we try to do our best here. I know not everybody can be woke. I believe it's now Manhattan. Calm down.
This is courtesy of the Irish Sun. A 59-year-old man called an ambulance after getting a tight jaw and tingling in his hands after having, let's call it a solo session.
Oh, those fire pits that burn with no smoke? Gross.
The doctors did not understand his symptoms, thinking at first he had a severe case of sepsis. But after some tests, it was revealed that he suffered a tear to his aorta. Now, Dave, I know you know this, but that is the body's largest artery that carries blood from the heart to the body.
Yeah, it's not the B-aorta.
The man had severe aortic regurgitation. That's where blood flows backwards into the heart instead of going away from the heart. This is sort of a freak incident, correct?
Sure.
But a 60-year-old man experienced a ripping pain in his chest, neck, and back hours after having a five-finger shuffle showdown by himself.
Okay. That's the same thing. It's a different euphemism. I gotcha.
Yes.
I was like, wait. Okay.
So this has happened twice. The 59-year-old, going back to the 59-year-old, did have a medical condition of high blood pressure and a rare form of chronic pancreatitis. The man was otherwise fit, even going on a 3-mile jog the day before, but after performing the solitary tango, he described experienced lightheadedness, a tingling sensation to both hands, and jaw tightness.
Jaw tightness.
The man was able to have an aortic graft replacement and is understood to have recovered from his ordeal. So if you have pancreatitis, maybe
don't
practice with a partner.
Golly. Look, we've all crossed the fleshy fun bridge. I understand that, but can you imagine going through something like that? And then how do you even explain it? Also, when he said this is from the Irish Sun, I was like, who, Declan? What's his name? Yeah, God. Torn aorta? And they put it in reverse?
Coming back in through the heart.
Gotta love that. Doctor, he's got a normal left arm. His right arm looks like Popeye. All right. I don't know where to go there.
Probably give away tickets.
Yeah, we're looking for lucky caller number
1. It was
solo.
It was a solo mission.
You can get a pair of passes to check out Fright Fest at Discovery Kingdom, open now through November 3rd. Hey, for more information, visit SackdownSports.com. I don't even know where to go. Oh. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's go with let's do Crosstalk.
Let's do it
with the style and the walk-in, and then you know what? How about a family 4-pack?
Stingers up,
baby. We'll do that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sackdown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sackdown Sports app.
The garage won't open again.
We're all out of coffee.
Life has enough surprises. Your car shouldn't be one of them. Stockton Honda keeps your car worry-free. From routine maintenance to that something's not right moment, our certified Honda experts know how to fix it right the first time.
Here you go, ma'am. You're all set.
Thank you.
Stockton Honda Service Department, keeping you ready for the road ahead.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare. With Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow, you can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcasts? Good news! Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things Uninterrupted at Amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to Amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank NA member FDIC.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Despite having no experience, Gavin Newsom made Jessica Morse his, quote, wildfire specialist. The result? Under Newsom and Morse, insurance rates and utility bills skyrocketed. Millions of dollars were slashed from the state's fire prevention budget. And they were even caught lying about their record, while millions of acres burned and families lost their homes. Now Gavin has chosen Jessica Morse again, this time to run for Congress. We have a better choice. Kevin Kiley. As our congressman, Kevin Kiley has worked across party lines to secure millions for wildfire protection and expand water supplies. And Kevin Kiley's bill to protect Lake Tahoe will bring up to $415 million home to our district to reduce the threat of fires and restore the ecosystem of the lake, delivering results and making a difference. Let's keep Kevin Kiley working for us.
I'm Kevin Kiley. I approve this message. Paid for by Kevin Kiley for Congress.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. Before we get started, I want to remind you that the Big Sky home opener for Sacramento State.
Fingers up.
Yeah, it's this Saturday, Jason.
Yeah, it is.
Put it on your calendar. The Hornets need you there. I'm talking about you specifically.
Okay, I'll go.
There's no radio call. But need all of the rest of you out there to cheer them on. Hit the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. Looking for caller number.
Let's go with 4.
4. To win the family 4-pack, check out Sac State this Saturday, hosting Eastern Washington. And as we ease into our crosstalk with Styles and Watkins, I guess I think congratulations. I technically is in order for the two of you. Yeah. I didn't know about this. I guess I'm always the last guy to know, but Styles and Watkins moving to 2 p.m. to 6. I assume. No, I'm dead serious. Look. No. Hi, how you doing?
Why does that even exist?
You want to apologize now? So congratulations, guys. There's a billboard and everything. I don't know where Colin Whitey are going. I assume maybe I don't know.
Well, that's what's so funny because
there at Gold One Center.
When who is it, Chris? When TC calls in, what's up, Whitey? Yeah. He's confused. When he calls our show.
I was like, what's wrong?
Yeah, when he calls our show.
Yeah. I get that call too all the time. I'm like, that's 2 to 6.
Yeah. How y'all doing, man? What's up, Whitey?
Oh.
And Chris, I had this.
Anyways, the joke is there's a big billboard, digital billboard at Golden One Center that was caught by a very loyal listener.
Yeah.
And it says Styles and Watkins, 2 to 6 p.m. Wow.
Again, I have no idea how that even gets made.
Well, that's right.
I thought I was just congratulating you guys. So
Thanks.
That's how good. That's how good my Kyle Draper impersonation is.
Right. That's right. Can't tell the difference.
All right. Your team tonight in action at Golden One Center.
Dub Nation.
I was gonna say the Kings.
Chris,
you outed yourself.
Dub
Nation, stand on up
and scream.
Oh, it kills me every
time. 7:30, guys. We were talking about this today. Agree or disagree? Since the NBA playoffs ended, and other than NFL, this is the best sports day we've had. Period. You've got playoff baseball starting at 12:08. All 4 games in action, 2 hours staggered until 6:08, which is Dodgers Padres, which I think is the best series.
Oh yes.
And then at 7:30, so it's even delayed a little bit. 7:30, you've got Kings' first preseason game, and we don't have to watch it on like the scoreboard cam. With no offense to him, but Scott Moak's call. We actually get to watch a real broadcast of it. So we're dialed. We're dialed.
Yeah. Locked in.
Feels like we're finally here.
Yeah.
About time.
About time. So there's a whole bit.
Congrats to all of us.
On how life to me just moves so quickly. So it was, what was it, Chris? September, and I said something. I said we're just right around the corner, and we weren't.
Yeah.
But now
we're here. We've turned the corner.
We've turned the corner.
And today is the first official day of Sacramento fall.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've seen the last of the 90-degree days.
Like, in my mind, all you got to do is get through Tuesday. Let's get to Wednesday. It's basically Friday.
I feel like Wednesday is the toughest day of the week.
No, Tuesday. At least Wednesday's halfway through. Tuesday.
No, but I'm saying from content point of view, like football.
Oh yeah,
because like Tuesday you can talk about the Monday night game.
Yes, Wednesday
Thursday,
you're stuck.
Wednesday it's like jury duty. You just have to get through it. It's jury duty is hilarious. Imagine where it's like, hey, we need you to take 2 months off of work. We need you to decide a murder, and here's $25.
Yeah.
You get paid?
And lunch.
Barely.
Not
really.
I don't know. I probably should, honestly, I probably shouldn't admit this out loud. I did, but, I share everything. I've probably gotten like 9 jury summons in my life. I've never gone. And I've
gone, period?
At all. I've never responded. Once, ever. And
you definitely should not have said that.
And when I say me, I mean Jason Ross. But he told me that he'd never done that and never heard anything back. Not one time.
My mom has been on the jury of 2 murder trials.
Wow.
Here's the thing, man. Like, I know if I was.
Here's the thing about murder.
I feel like.
Come on, Colin.
I don't want that. I would be the guy in. Where they're like, hey, are you, do you hold any prejudices? Yes, all of them. I hold every prejudice. Well, do you have anybody in your family that's ever been? Yes, they all committed this crime once. Like, I would do everything I could to get thrown off that jury. I don't want any part of that, man.
Did you watch Your Honor, the show Your Honor?
I didn't.
Everybody was all about it. It had one of those Renaissance, like Suits, but that second season, if you watched it, terrible. But yeah, judges.
Yeah, am I right?
Aaron, Reinhold.
Yeah. Jury duty.
Judy. Joe Brown.
She's number 1 for me.
Judge Judy.
Wow, I gotta be honest. This is a generational thing. Yeah, that's number 1 for me. Judge Joe Wapner, People's Court.
Yeah, but that was years ago.
Yeah. I still got Judy.
She made like what was it, $27 million a year?
It's cashed out.
I'll bet you Simone. Well, actually, I don't know. Yeah, Simone would go on a jury because Simone's always watching all those shows.
That's right.
So I feel like that would actually be an interesting thing. I know my wife would. Oh my God, that'd be a dream for her. My wife would love that.
I don't want my face being seen.
Probably make more money too, but still.
Only on billboards with incorrect times.
Yeah. All right, celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. I'm just glad
I'm hot today.
Yeah.
Hot.
Hot. That's going to leave a mark.
Good luck.
I'll let you know
Good
tomorrow.
luck.
But no one heard that but you. Yes.
All right, celebrity birthdays brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. Let's start with George Kittle.
Hey.
Kittle in the middle.
32.
Yeah, it's 32 or 33. 33.
31.
34.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris Watkins. 31
Yeah.
for
Wow.
George Kittle.
Hey, good. I'm glad Chris is right because that means he's a year younger than what I guessed.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Sharon Osbourne.
Ah.
Uzi!
Spot on.
Wait, was that Sharon Osbourne? What did she say?
Uzi!
It was her.
Uzi.
She watches from the other room.
What kind of gun does she prefer, Sharon? What kind of gun do you like?
Uzi!
What happens? Do you ever have a pimple and it just starts? What is that called when it just starts bleeding?
Uzi!
Yeah. Sharon Osbourne.
Sharon Osbourne, what's your favorite woman's name?
Susie!
It was the pause.
Yeah, it was.
Sharon Osbourne is 75. What do you call a woman who's back in the 20s who would see multiple guys at the same time?
Susie!
76.
Well, somebody's been out drinking all night. What do they smell like when they come back?
Boozy!
72.
What's that thing that keeps your beer warm? It's like styrofoam or keeps your beer cold.
Koozie!
I was going to do that with a Celtics point card of the way back when.
She is 78.
What was your guess?
I don't remember.
I said 75.
72.
Yeah. We have a correct answer. 72.
Wow.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah. He is on fire.
He is on fire.
Let's go with Travis and Jason's mom,
Nice.
Donna Kelsey.
Donna Kelsey's in celebrity birthdays. It was a rough day. That's Taylor's future mother-in-law, by the way, to you.
We'll see.
She is, you know what? I don't think that, I'm going to say she is 68. What?
I think she's 64.
I don't have any thoughts. 70.
63.
Chris Watkins closest, 72.
That's right.
Let's go with Mike Singletary. He wants winners.
This is what they're kicking.
I'm going to say he is 60. You know what? Big birthday for him today, 69.
67.
62.
70.
Allen's closest, 66. Let's go with Darius Miles.
Oh. He was a high schooler. Well, I mean, everybody was, but when he came in the league. That's true. Darius Miles is 30. He's going to be younger than you think. He's 37.
40 on the nose.
45. 46.
41.
Now, Chris Verlada's closest, 43.
Oh, wow. Literally spent that entire segment trying to come up with more Sharon Osbourne rhymes. I'm not going to lie, I was only half here. Well, what?
You know that song, what's it called?
The one that's
bar song.
that's
the guy who
country
sings
right
that.
now. Yeah, what's
like,
his name?
Something. Can't remember.
Sabuzi! Sorry, I had a feeling you needed help. Chris, I have no idea.
I knew
on his computer.
Chris isn't plugged into the youth like I am. Wait, what? Okay, we'll take
All
a
right.
break. When we come back,
2 to 6.
Yeah, on that note, you guys are on in 4 hours. Alan, bring it tomorrow a little more in the crosstalk. I can get enough out of you. There's no good story. You just kind of went into your corner.
He did the Your Honor thing.
Oh, that is true. I take it back. You had a Your Honor story. Let's just leave it there. These guys coming up next. It's Kings preseason. I'm probably in trouble at home. What else is new? Bye now.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you